We have answered the question whether an application for anticipatory bail under Section 438 of the Code of Criminal Procedure, 1973, is maintainable at the instance of an accused while he is already in judicial custody in connection with his involvement in a different case. Our final conclusion is as under. An accused is entitled to seek anticipatory bail in connection with an offense, so long as he is not arrested in relation to that offense. Once he is arrested, the only remedy available to him is to apply for regular bail, either under Section 437 or Section 439 of the CRPC, as the case may be. This is evident from Para 39 of Gurbakh Singh Sibia. 2. There is no express or implied restriction in the CRPC in any other statute that prohibits the Court of Session or the High Court from entertaining and deciding an anticipatory bail application in relation to an offense, while the applicant is in custody in relation to a different offense. No restriction can be read into Section 438 of the CRPC to preclude an accused from applying for anticipatory bail in relation to an offense while he is in custody in a different offense, as that would be against the purport of the provision and the intent of the legislature. The only restriction on the power of the court to grant anticipatory bail under Section 438 of the CRPC is the one prescribed under subsection 4 of Section 438 of the CRPC and in other statutes like the Atrocity Act, etc. 3. While a person already in custody in connection with a particular offense apprehends arrest in a different offense, then the subsequent offense is a separate offense for all practical purposes. This would necessarily imply that all rights conferred by the statute on the accused as well as the investigating agency in relation to the subsequent offense are independently protected. 4. The investigating agency, if it deems necessary for the purpose of interrogation/investigation in an offense, can seek remand of the accused while he is in custody in connection with a previous offense, so long as no order granting anticipatory bail has been passed in relation to the subsequent offense. However, if an order granting anticipatory bail in relation to the subsequent offense is obtained by the accused, it shall no longer be open to the investigating agency to seek remand of the accused in relation to the subsequent offense. Similarly, if an order of police remand is passed before the accused is able to obtain anticipatory bail, it would thereafter not be open to the accused to seek anticipatory bail, and the only option available to him would be to seek regular bail. 5. We are at one with Mr. Dave that the right of an accused to protect his personal liberty within the contours of Article 21 of the Constitution of India with the aid of the provision of anticipatory bail as enshrined under Section 438 of the CRPC cannot be defeated or thwarted without a valid procedure established by law. He is right in his submission that such procedure should also pass the test of fairness, reasonableness, and manifest non-arbitrariness on the anvil of Article 14 of the Constitution of India. 6. Under Section 438 of the CRPC, the precondition for a person to apply for pre-arrest bail is a reason to believe that he may be arrested on an accusation of having committed a non-bailable offense. Therefore, the only precondition for exercising the said right is the apprehension of the accused that he is likely to be arrested. In view of the discussion in the preceding paragraphs, custody in one case does not have the effect of taking away the apprehension of arrest in a different case. 7. If the interpretation as sought to be put forward by Mr. Luthra is to be accepted, the same would not only defeat the right of a person to apply for pre-arrest bail under Section 438 of the CRPC, but may also lead to absurd situations in its practical application. So we have also explained why Narinderjit Singh Sani should not come in the way of applying. So we are dismissing the appeal with a clarification that now the bail will be heard on its own merits. You are appearing? We have allowed the petition. We appoint Shri Justice Mohit S. Shah, former Chief Justice of the High Court of Judicature at Bombay, to act as the sole arbitrator. The fees of the arbitrator, including other modalities, shall be fixed in consultation with the parties. It is made clear that all the rights and contentions of the parties are left open for adjudication by the learned arbitrator. Fine.
In 1502, I'm not in the matter. I have nothing to do with the merits. But when your lordships were hearing the constitution bench on this issue, Lord, my lords were pleased to require the original file of the government to be placed for my lord's consideration, which was placed. Lord, if that can be returned.
Can be fair.
Yes.
When the 7-judge matter was going.
Yes. At that time, my lords.
Yes, of course, that. Make sure that is returned to the solicitor general.
Lords, if I can mention, my lords, there's a matter for which we've sent an email. We have also gone between 10 and 10:30, as the lordships have mentioned. It's listed tomorrow before the single judge division bench of the Madras High Court. Despite judgments of the Madras High Court which say quashing petitions must be heard by single judges, about 30 matters have been heard and disposed of, dismissing the quashings. We are a little concerned.
Yes, all other mentioning applications, the moment we rise, I'll pass orders so that we'll have orders by the
except for these are matters before your lordships after notice matters. What's concerning the university which your lordships have been hearing in part, lords. Sorry, my lords. My lords, it was last listed before your lordships bench, my lords, on 13th of February, my lords. Since then, it has not come up. It's showing on 13th of October. It may not be deleted. There's some.
All non-deletion requests also just give us in an email and make sure that I pass on.
Previously mentioned this matter for listing. So after notice matter, 1100 crore award in my favor, upsetting 37,
Email.
and not a rupee brought in security.
Thank you.
And we had previously emailed, but it keeps appearing and disappearing from the list, brought. It be not fixed.
All
So replied. Last it was listed in March to be listed in April. So replied.
My lords, may I mention 2 writ petitions, which are all,
say it on the email. It's a fresh matter.
no, my lords, only for non-deletion, my lords. The date is
Just
showed
say
as last 3 days, it was deleted, my lords.
just send an email. I say NTD.
Email
I've
is-
even got a code. NTD, not to be deleted, and I initial it.
Yes, my lords.
Only thing is the reason I insist on emails is because then it's tabulated. So then it's easier for them
Yesterday
to
we send an email.
process it.
We have sent an
I have a tabulation by the end of the day, so that I would just say NTD and initial it.
My lords, this is a writ petition filed on 9/7, my lords. Defects were cleared on 18/7. Since 50 days, it is not being tested, my lords.
1 second. Right, I'll tell him. Just send an email. I'll circulate.
My lords, may I mention a matter which is listed today before my lords? Milords, actually,
Wait for the matter. to be
Lordship.
called out. Wait for the matter to be called out, yes.
Like,
Milords, we have filed, Milords, the status report, which you have circulated yesterday. And then, Milords, we've also filed the report of the State Health Department, Milords. They've not gone back to work, the doctors, Milords. 23 people have died in the process.
Now, what about the CBI? Has the CBI?
Milords,
prepared a
my
status
report
report?
is ready, my lord.
We
We,
saw your status reports, which were,
Milords, we filed a separate application, Milords, which
Lord,
I think has.
I don't think I have the copy. I'm not complaining. I'm just requesting him, my lord, to give it to me right now. Maybe they have served, it has not reached me, or they have not served, whatever. my lord.
It's not served. It's not
Hmm?
served.
Not served, my lord. They have not served on me.
Yes.
Sealed on.
Put it in a sealed envelope and therefore we.
Sir, sorry.
Okay. These for the parents. Say one thing, my lord, what is filed by Mr. Sibal is not served upon me. That's what he said.
It is not filed. It's not filed. It's only given to the
Sir, if
court.
they want to say something, why hide something from the CBI?
well, like,
You've
let's
already
see
hidden
what
many
the-
things.
I think let's not get lost in.
Yes, Milords,
Yes,
otherwise.
Let's see what let's see the, first and foremost, let us find out what the status of the investigation is.
Yes.
So can you?
Not even with them.
the residence of the, Mr. Solicitor, what is the distance between the residence of the principal of the Arjikor Medical College and the medical college?
15 to 20 minutes it takes, maximum.
More than six.
Hello and very good morning. I just wanted to come into the Supreme Court hearing, which is currently on. And to our dear viewers, kindly confirm if you can hear me, because we are little stacked up with too many technologies out here, trying to source stuff from the Supreme Court and also trying to come into the same live feed. So kindly do confirm if you are getting the audio. Well, okay. Thank you, Siddharth, and thank you, Sohik. So on August 20th, the Supreme Court had taken the matter suo moto. The Supreme Court had asked the CBI to file a status report. The Supreme Court had also asked the state government to file a status report. And on August 22nd, the state government of West Bengal had filed a status report. The CBI had filed a status report. Minded, it's a suo moto case, so both the CBI and both the CBI and the state were respondent in the matter. It is a suo moto case the court had picked up because there had been so much going on, and given the fact that the incident had stoked in so much of emotion in people, mostly of anger, that Supreme Court had intervened. Supreme Court had also tried ensuring that they would oversee the entire process of adjudication of the case, and justice is being done. But we have to understand something. While the Supreme Court has intervened into the matter, at some point the matter would also go back to the trial court, because as far as trial is concerned, that would only happen at the trial court. Now, what are the facts of the matter? What do we have in hand? So far, we have one person who has been arrested in connection with the case of rape and murder. That's Sanjay Rai. Sanjay Rai was arrested within 24 hours of the incident which happened on August 9. So Sanjay Rai was arrested by Kolkata police, and minded that is the only arrest which has happened so far. Now, there had been a lot of hue and cry about the way the case has been conducted and handled by the police. There are allegations about Kolkata police not really doing enough. There are allegations that Kolkata police had also tried hushing up the matter. There are allegations of tampering of evidences. There are allegations that Kolkata police allowed people to walk into the seminar room on August 9, where the body of the deceased doctor was heard from. So in midst of all these allegations and in the midst of all the protests that you witnessed in the past 1 month, and mind you, today is 9th of September, exactly 31 days have passed by, and we still do not have a closure to this case. It was 9th of August around this time that we have all learnt about this incident. It was 9th of August around this time that we have learned about the horrific incident, and thereafter we had seen as how the entire state, the city, this nation had erupted in anger, in protest, and thereafter everybody had been seeking justice. People have been saying that enough is enough. That there should not be such incidents repeating over and over again. So yes, we have seen Supreme Court take up the matter on August 20th. It was the bench of Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud, along with Justices J.B. Pardiwala and Justice Manoj Mishra. The same bench had reconvened on August 2nd with the status reports which were filed by the CBI and the state government. Mind it, both were filed in sealed envelope, and interestingly, they have not come out. Yes, when a report is being given in a sealed envelope, it is meant to be absolutely secret. It's meant to be within the restricted access of the judges and the other stakeholders, that is CBI and the state police, the Kolkata police. However, the CBI report was not filed, not served to Kolkata police, and the Kolkata police report, interestingly, was served to the CBI. So, at this point in time, where is the investigation is going? Which way is the investigation going? It's something that everyone is more concerned about, and rightfully so. We have seen in the past couple of days multiple protests have happened. In fact, the case was supposed to come up last Thursday, and the evening before that, that was last Wednesday, thousands and thousands of people in Kolkata had taken to street. Thousands of people have taken to the street with the motto "Reclaim the Night," and also in a way send out a message to Supreme Court that under no circumstances will the protest die down and people would settle for anything but the justice. And given that there are so many ambiguities pertaining to the case, so many ambiguities, as whether it's a case of a rape and murder, or it's a case of gang rape, or are there more people involved? Did anyone tip off Sanjay Roy? Did he know beforehand that the 31-year-old doctor, PhD doctor, was already there at the seminar room? These are questions which are only coming up in people's mind. At the same time, the very fact that tampering of evidences have been as an issue bothering one and all, and these allegations have been there for quite some time. So the Supreme Court, it will be the only refuge now where people wanted to park their faith and also get some closure, some sense of closure. So yes, on last Thursday, when the matter was supposed to come up, it did not come up because Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud was not really keeping well. So the matter got postponed for today, and that too had in a way stoked in a lot of curiosity as what happened, lot of speculations. One second. So yes, now that Supreme Court has convened today, and the Supreme Court is going through the status report, another updated
They're
status
reading
report has
this,
been
my lord,
filed
along
by
with
the
this chart,
CBI.
report.
Okay, Supreme Court, there's something that is responding to, the Solicitor General is responding to the bench. Can you cut to it live? Well, yes, this is how it's going to be like. Intermittently, I will be coming on live. The priority is what transpires in the Supreme Court. Now, in television, we've always been taught that there should not be any dead movement. There should not be any movement without the audio. And because the Supreme Court, the bench is now going through the report, that's the reason I have just come. And that's going to be how things would be for the next couple of hours till
Like a
Supreme Court hears the
clarification
matter. So
on
going
two
back to the
aspects.
point,
Yes.
please understand.
Clarification on what is the time at which DD 861 of 2024 comes into existence? That's the first. So we want to know, as a matter of fact, what is the time at which
The UD.
UD, yes,
Yes, I'll settle.
UD 861 of
Yes,
2024 comes
we
into.
certainly answer that.
Lord, your lordships had the benefit of going through this, my lord. I would request your lordships to go through.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, just to assist your lordship, Lord. Not, I am not adversarial, because we are dealing with a daughter and she is a daughter of each one of us. Therefore, my lord, I am taking it in that spirit. Please have a look at, my lord, this left-hand side and the right-hand side, my lord. Kindly go through it, my lord, with some, my lord, degree of attention. Your lordships, I have gone through one.
Death certificate, yeah. Yeah.
उसमें कुछ हुआ था।
May I answer? Well, the death certificate was given at 1:47 PM, Malad. And the UD entry was at 2:55 at the police station. 2:55.
That is 861?
That's right. There's the second question, your lordships. All subsequent proceedings, whether the inquest report or the CJM's order and all other documents.
So, yes, so basically at this time, the Supreme Court is going through two reports. A report which has been filed by the CBI and a report which has also been filed by the state government. Now, please understand at this point in time, the state government doesn't really have much to file an updated, in an updated status report because the investigation is not with the CBI. Investigation is not with the state government. In fact, last time only, that is on August 22nd, the state government had filed a status report in a sealed envelope, and the court said they would be considering that report. It was admitted, and the state had also filed an affidavit at that point in time pertaining to certain feared law violation programs happening around
What is the
this
DD
very
entry?
tragic incident.
By virtue of which 861 of 2024 comes into existence?
565.
565.
Yes. The entry 565.
And what time is GD entry 565 recorded?
At night, Mulad. Oh, 2:55 p.m. Mulad. 565, 2:55 p.m. I can hand it over.
So GD 565
At 2:55 p.m.
is recorded at 2:55.
Yes.
GD? No, GD was
Yes, it's there.
23:30.
This is
But
certified copy, Mulad.
565 is merely a medical
This
certificate.
is a certified copy, Mulad.
Page 64.
Extract
I
from
have
the
the copy of GD
Tala
entry,
Police
it says
Station daily register. It's not a
23:30.
medical entry.
Look at 11:30 night. I have the copy.
No, I have a copy too. If certified copy, we've just given it to the court.
The Supreme Court is now going through the status report of the state government minded. The Supreme Court is clearly asking us what time was the GD entry. Please understand, at this point in time, if there is one apprehension working overwhelmingly, is whether the state police, that is the Kolkata police, as part of the state machinery, had tried doing enough from very moment to take this investigation sincerely and show that sincerity while pursuing investigation. Because, minded, the resident doctors of RG Kaur had been sorry, beg your pardon. The resident doctors had been alleging that there was an attempt to hush up the matter. And where is this apprehension oozing from? It is oozing from the very fact the hospital authorities had informed the bereaved family that the daughter had committed suicide. Now, we do understand, we have shown the call recordings, that video is also there on our channel. People can go back and watch it. In those call recordings, it is clearly heard that hospital authorities, through an assistant super, tried reaching out to the family through 3 phone calls, and in the first 2 phone calls they insisted that the family comes down to the hospital ASAP. But in the third,
Just make sure, let's not. Just make sure, let's not. 4:20 to 4:40. 4:20 to 4:40. And the judicial magistrate arrives and conducts it. He comes at 4:10, and then the inquest is conducted at 4:20 to 4:40. And it is videographed.
so the Supreme Court is going through the timeline. The Supreme Court is clearly going through the timeline and going back to the very point that there is a larger apprehension in
When was
people.
the search and seizure actually carried out?
Just 8:30 to 10:45. 8:30 to 10:45. 8:30 to 10:45. The photographs had been taken before, Mulad.
8:30 in the morning or evening?
Evening, Mulad.
The body was found in the morning at 9:30.
That's right.
It cannot be
Photographs were
before
taken.
That's right.
Once the body was removed, Mulad, for post-mortem, then only, Mulad.
And by whom? There is some relevance. Therefore, Mulad, I would like my learned friend to ask. There is some relevance.
Mulad, we have photographs from 12:45 p.m. onwards of everything that happened. We have the original. We have the original with us.
Now, during the course of the previous hearings, and therefore I think though the investigation is going on, we can share this because you've all said it openly,
Yes,
that there is evidence that there is a CCTV footage to indicate what time the accused
yes.
enters the seminar room and what time he's exiting the seminar
Correct,
room,
correct.
right? This is
Yeah.
shared with us. Now, obviously, therefore, there would be CCTV footage after 4:30 in the morning, throughout the day.
Yes, there will be.
Has the CCTV footage in its entirety been handed over to the CBI?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, we have taken.
Yes.
We have taken.
You have taken the
You have
CCTV
taken,
yes.
footage.
But we had to reconstruct the scene because of the distance.
But
It
then,
covers only a part.
Mr. Solicitor, how do you explain this statement in your affidavit at small Roman 3 at page 14? Just see the last sentence.
My report, Manoj?
Yes.
Yes. Page 14, Manoj.
Just one para above 7.
Yes, Manoj. The SOC was apparently visiting.
Have you handed over, as the Calcutta police handed over to the CBI, the entire footage of the proceedings which took place between 8:30 p.m. and 10:45 p.m.? Because CBI seems
Yes,
to have
yes, yes. Yes.
What is shared with us,
is about 27
minutes.
27 minutes, they say. The
4 clippings totaling duration to 27 minutes. And the proceedings conducted from 17:06, that is 5/6, to 22:45 hours.
Mr. Sibal said that
Well,
they have actually
I'm just
conducted from
taking
8:30 p.m., that is 20:30.
I'm just taking instructions.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, all right. Two separate things, Malaj. Seizure 8:30 to 10:45. The video. Well, seizure 8:30 to 10:45 given. Then, Malaj, in parts, the videos have been given. In parts, there was some CCTV in hard disk. In parts, completely given, Malaj. There was some technical glitch. It was stored in part, but given in full. Hard disk is full. And he's made a statement that I've given it.
It's, in this context, I need to, my lord, come in, my lord, here, because there is something, my lord, which, according to me, is very, very serious, my lord. My lord, I want a flap. My lord, we have the forensic examination report. I will not read it, my lords. But one thing, my lord, is admitted. When the girl was found at 9:30, but I'm sorry, but her jeans were removed and even the undergarments were removed and were lying somewhere nearby. So she was in a semi-nude condition. It is also an admitted position now that there were injury marks on the body and other my lord, areas. Now, your lordships may kindly see the report. Give me copies. And this, my lord, this is a foreign, my lord, your lordships may mark. They have taken the samples They have sent it to an FSL in West Bengal, and this is the result. And
CFSL,
CFSL West Bengal.
Central Lab, not,
Yes,
not
yes,
a
correct,
FSL.
correct. I'm not on anything else. वो कहाँ गया दूसरा? यहाँ पे लगा. Lord, I have only one copy right now. Please see this, Lord, this is serious, and the CBI has taken a decision to send the samples, collect, Lord, to AIMS and other, Lord, Central Forensic Science Laboratory. The person enters, the body parts are not covered, the lead girl is made nude, there are injury marks, and this is the result of FSL. Therefore, who took the samples becomes relevant. Kindly, my lord, have a look.
The injuries are all set out in the inquiry.
See this, my lord.
So this is
Lords,
CCTV camera 16. CCTV.
Which is what is this document?
copy for my lord Justice Padiwala and Justice Mishra also. Just give me a minute, I'm just flagging it, my lord. My lords may just see, my lord, the highlighted part in the flap portion. There are two specimens or two swabs and the result.
Mr. Mehta, we have seen now the further line of investigation which is open. We do not want to comment in it in the open court, obviously, so that the course of the investigation should not be affected.
Correct.
We will give you a week's time. Tell us by next Monday what further leads have emerged during the course of the further investigation. We'd like a status report to be submitted to us by next Monday. So, Sibyl, it's advisedly we should not be referring to what has emerged during the course
Of course,
the
of course. Yes, absolutely.
Let the CBI proceed on the basis of what they are now exploring,
Sure,
the leads which they are pursuing.
sure.
And we'll keep it now on next Monday. So that
It's a holiday, it's a Tuesday, Tuesday.
Only a minute, only a minute, Mr. Lord, there is one IA which we have filed, IA 200162. Lord, where, Lord, your lordships were please, Lord, require.
Well, before my learned
CISF
friend says that, I just want,
Deployment, only a minute.
well,
Mr.
before my
Sibyl, if you
learned
don't
friend
mind,
takes up, just hold on.
if you don't mind, sir, let me just show.
No, it's on the
What
previous
is-
matter.
we'll just pass a short order on this.
Lord, the lady.
Well, I
One
officials
second.
are
We'll
not-
come back to you in a moment. Let's clarify this part.
Yes,
A status report has been, a status report dated so and so has been filed by the Central Bureau of Investigation. Full stop. Having perused the report, it appears that the investigation is in progress. Full stop. We direct the CBI to file a fresh status report by the next date of hearing. Full stop. List on so and so for considering the fresh status report to be filed by the CBI. So we take it up on Monday for, Tuesday for considering the status report, which would be then filed by the CBI. Let's see what happens between now and there's a lot of what has been collected during the course of the last 10 days is subject to further verification. And
we'll also
forensic
investigate,
analysis.
my lord, who collected the samples, because this,
Fair enough,
report,
it's not,
and
we have not,
we will send.
neither stop
to
you, nor
other-
are we guiding the CBI that we want a particular line of investigation to be
Correct.
conducted. CBI is doing it. You have flagged issues in the status report. You tell us next Monday what further emerges.
Take, my lord, this also on record, the report of the FSL,
We'll return this back to you. Why should we retain it right now?
whichever way, my lord,
Let me-
comments.
We'll
your
return
lordship.
that back to you.
Just one more thing,
Just,
my lord, out of, my lord, the
But
lady,
the first, we'll retain only the second status report on the record. The rest of the papers we'll return back to you.
my lord, there are three lady companies, my lord, of CISF. My lord, they are not providing the accommodation to them. They have to travel, my lord, from CISF camp, which is 1.5 hours away from the state. My lord, thereafter, my lord, there are several things which we have requested. It is order dated 22nd. And we are, my lord, almost 15 plus days down the line.
well, as we have provided, in fact, if your lordship looks at our note, we have provided all that they wanted us to provide, everything that they wanted. Just give it to my.
The three companies of
Yes.
women constables
Yes, and
who
we
are
have
guarding the
separate
Adipur
accommodation for the
college.
women.
Where are they presently housed?
Well, that's, I just show to your lordships. Kindly see.
So can I have at least that?
Yeah, we just give it to you.
Yes. And I'll also share what is not provided, so that you,
Just give it to you.
at least henceforth you, instruct
Kindly
them
see,
to
madam.
provide.
Kindly see the accommodation.
Yes.
KMCT Day School, 2.6 kilometers, 13 minutes away. One company proposed strength, one company 54 women personnel. Indira Maitri Shishu Kalyan Hospital, 6 minutes away. One company 54 women
No,
personnel.
when?
These
Because
have
we
been
have been
provided.
hammering since
Then
2
there are
weeks.
3 flats in RMO quarters within so and so. On site, 20 for 25 personnel. Currently, 20 CIFS personnel are staying in 2 flats of RMO quarters within the hospital, and the rest of the CIFF personnel are commuting from 12 kilometers away. And the school and Indira Maitri Shishu Kalyan Hospital were undergoing construction, and therefore these are identified by the CISF themselves, Malal. So we put them there. And most of the state police officers deployed by so-and-so come from far off places like Police Training Academy, Howrah, which is 22 kilometers away, Bodyguard Lines, which is 12 kilometers, and Police Training School, which is 10 kilometers. So, Malaj, I mean,
This is my instruction
and
as on
our
10:30
status
today.
report, Malaj, sets out everything.
As on 10:30 today, my lord, this is my instruction.
No, but we are telling.
Kindly have a look at this, my lord.
This is like this.
We should not be fighting on this, my lord. The
I-
CISF,
and Therefore,
we
exactly.
requested for
Once I have
handheld metal
stated-
detectors. We requested for door size metal detectors.
Everything is provided.
They provided that after 2 weeks, but this is
No,
still
no,
not
we
provided.
provided there.
Let's have a look at this.
Just a second. What is now remaining to be provided? Mr.
So
Solicitor,
that is
you have
what I
seen
am-
this. They say for housing one company of women personnel consisting of 54 persons, they have provided at KMCP Day School, which is 2.6 kilometers.
Kindly have a look at 10:30. At 10:30, this is
Malaj,
yet.
let the registrar of the High Court go and see, Malaj.
Yes.
Let 10:30, my lord, this is at 10:30.
Let him go and see.
I don't want, my lord, I'm not enjoying.
Can we can we look at this for a moment, please?
Yes, my lord.
Accommodation for one company provided in 3 locations as below. RMO Quarter, Ajikor Hospital, 20 persons, KMCP School, 40 persons, Indira Maitri Sadan, 30 persons, likely to be handed over by evening today. 2 companies are
Yet to be provided
yet to be
accommodation.
provided.
Some security gadgets are provided, some are not provided. Lord, I'm not gaining anything by pointing this out. This is what is needed. Lord, if some incident takes place, Lord, I stand responsible now for the security, the CISF.
Just one second. Mr. Sibal, you just check, Ms. Astha Sharma, you can check with the officers.
Yeah,
In your statement, where you have said one company, 54 women personnel,
yes.
that covers one and the same company,
Oh, it-
which is
Either
being
one
provided
company
at
or 54 women
KMCP and
personnel.
Indira Maitri or Shishu Kalyan
no, Malaj, it's
Hospital.
one company / 54 women personnel.
Right, but the same one company.
Yeah.
But now, as of date, they have deployed 3 companies. So the other 2 are yet to be provided by you.
My Lord, when
One
to be
second.
provided?
One
This
here,
is
Malaj,
provided
kindly see
yesterday.
Indira Maitri, that's the other one too.
Yeah, that's the second one.
That's the second one. It's in Indira Maitri, Malaj, which is
So
1.7
we are trying
kilometers.
to tally what they have handed over with what you have handed over. What they have handed over suggests accommodation for one company provided in 3 locations, which includes 40 persons at KMCP and 30 at Indira Maitri Southern, and 20 persons at RMO Quarter. Now, that indicates that only one company is taken care of. There are other 2.
According to us, no.
Persons plus.
Just ask the registrar to go and
Why
check.
don't you,
One
can-
company, why register?
can we suggest this? Why do we have to ask the registrar to do all this?
Malaj, because they are
An
contesting.
officer of the state government and an officer of the, a senior officer of the CISF.
We have
will
done
go
that,
and,
Malaj.
Not one
On
company
ground, we have
can-
done that. They are not wanting, in fact, Malaj, on the ground, the story is different. Malaj, what can we say, Malaj?
But one
All right,
company
ऐसा लिख
is
लीजिए।
90 individuals,
Okay.
90 my lord, officers.
Yeah.
A total of 3 companies of CISF personnel has been deployed for the security at Ajikor Medical College and Hospital. Full stop. Mr. Kapil Sibal, the state of West Bengal has in its submission indicated that provision for housing the personnel has been made thus, colon, ये in case में page 1 को tabulated chart ले लीजिए. Prima facie, it appears from the above tabulation that the prima facie, don't say prima facie, it appears from the tabulation. In the statement which has been placed on the record by the union government, on the other hand, it has been indicated that accommodation for one company has been provided in 3 locations, namely at bracket 1, RMA Quarter, Ajikor Hospital, bracket 20 persons, 2, KMCP School, 40 persons, semicolon, and bracket 3, Indira Maitri Southern, 3, bracket 30 persons. and that the premises are likely to be handed over by the evening today. Full stop. In order to obviate any logistical difficulties, we direct that an officer of the nominated, a sufficiently senior officer of the Home Department nominated by the state of West Bengal, and a senior officer of the CISF at the spot shall jointly liaise so as to ensure that all the three companies of the CISF personnel which have been deployed at the spot are duly provided for accommodation in the vicinity at par with what has been stated in the tabulated position set out above. Full stop. Next. In the event that any further full stop arrangements have been made for providing 6 buses, 4 trucks, and 3 light motor vehicles. Full stop. The 2 officers shall ensure that all requisitions, that necessary requisitions which are made by the CISF are duly complied with by 5 p.m. today. Full stop. Necessary gadgets for security purposes shall likewise be arranged no later than by 9 p.m. Today.
No, but that's,
As a matter of fact, this is also provided, must have been provided tomorrow, yesterday or day after. I don't wish to trivialize the magnitude of the
Now,
problem I am dealing with.
one further
by
thing now.
saying
but
not
I have
of
3 issues that I wish to place before you.
We hear you on those issues, Mr. Sibal. What steps have been taken by the state of West Bengal because we had said that pending the finalization of the recommendation of the National Task Force, we would like the state of West Bengal to immediately put into place necessary measures which would bring into being some sense of
Yeah.
security and
Got a report, Manoj, from the health department.
and
Just
provision of
managed.
adequate measures for the doctors,
Yes, yes.
nurses, and the paramedical staff.
Yes, yes, Manoj.
Status report.
Status report that we have filed, Manoj.
The health secretary.
Make a prayer, let the competence of the autopsy surgeon be also involved within part of the investigation. And also they had offered money so that they can, my lord, speak in tune of the police. These should also be within the purview of the investigation. That's my humble appeal.
Look, we need not pass any separate order because what you are saying is already a part of the status report. That the CBI is looking into all these aspects.
I appreciate just one thing, that this postmortem could not have taken place after 6 o'clock in the evening. There are standing instructions. Everything, my lord, will just kindly take the postmortem report once and just give me 2 minutes. I will show your lordships how this entire investigation has been compromised. After 6 o'clock in the evening, a postmortem cannot be conducted anywhere in India and in the state of Bengal when it is a rape and murder. There has to be a noting of the civil surgeon on the postmortem report that the Deputy Commissioner of Police or the Commissioner of Police has certified it. Then it has to go to the superintendent. Superintendent certifies it and then sends it to the postmortem doctors. These 3 postmortem doctors, one of whom is a professor of forensics, my lord, knows this, but still, what is the reason? The reason was to get rid of the body. What Justice Patiwala was continuously asking, the GD entry number 576. I will ask them to show Form 27, and I'll answer Justice Patiwala's questions in 1 minute. Form 27, please. Form 27 is the first information report. In the first information report, there are various columns. Column 3, C2 gives the GD entry number.
Column C?
C2 gives the GD entry number by which the FIR was started. The FIR was started by GD entry number 577. The UD case was 576, as pointed out by Justice Patiwala. It was registered at 11:40 in the night, 45 in the night. But in the history,
That was the last time also.
in the history, in my last 27 years in my career, I have never come across a case where seizure takes place prior to the lodging of the FIR.
The FIR has been registered at 23:30 hours.
Yes,
Yes.
now, there was a previous FIR.
Along with
The FIR has been suppressed.
If you see,
I will show it.
3 doctors sign off on it.
Anak,
I will show on the
6:10 to 7:10. Let him say.
Let it complete his submission.
Dead body arrives, 6 times.
Mr. Counsel, please complete your submission. Yes.
My lord will kindly take once My lords will kindly take section,
On the, just tell us on the facts, what are you saying?
my lord will kindly take the postmortem report and compare it with the UD case which was started. In the postmortem report, your lordships will see whether the clothes of the victim were produced before the postmortem doctor. The entire, the jeans, the top, the undergarments, everything was produced or not. Because as per the, I'll show the notification, they have to be sealed by the postmortem doctor and handed over to the investigating officer. If your lordship sees in the top whether the clothes were sent to the investigating officer of the UD case by the postmortem doctor. I will kindly ask them to just give a copy of it.
Of the postmortem?
Postmortem. And allow me to.
We've handed over the postmortem.
We have seen the postmortem report. Just show us the postmortem report.
We've handed over.
Either the state of Bengal or the CBI.
Well,
We saw it last time, but since
Yes.
we're making a point, let's appreciate what the point is.
Parents also, they had a list of belongings, including the parents.
Postmortem report doesn't even say at what time it is conducted.
Give it to us.
I'm sorry, that too.
Yeah. It says that at the time, everything is there. I don't know why you're making these.
Please tell us what the time of death is.
It's
Just
a
1 second.
condition of the,
Take out copy.
of the subject, my lords, your lordships will find on the left-hand side.
Lordships will kindly see at the top. First will be the videograph. Conducted by whom? No designation. Who is he? From where did he come? Nothing. Was the
Conducted
CD
by Shekhar.
on a
Shekhar.
rewritable CD or was it a non-rewritable CD? It has to be mentioned on the first line of the postmortem report.
My lords, the judicial magistrate was present during
That is
postmortem
immaterial.
call for his report.
All the three doctors are part of the,
5 female doctors were present.
all are part of the North Bengal
And the
lobby.
family.
Don't discuss such things here. Please.
My lord will kindly see the second line. It has to be at 4 degrees centigrade.
The postmortem report refers to Tala PS UD case number 861,
Yes.
dated 9 August 2024.
Yeah.
My lord, that's where the mystery lies, because between 2:30 in the afternoon, when they say the GD entry was lodged, that is 5:65, and 11:30 in the night, there are only 10 GD entries in Tala police station. Lordship should kindly appreciate that. Between 2:30 and in the afternoon and 11:30 in the night, there are only 10 GD entries. Or was this entire thing manufactured? And my lord, this started way back in 1953. It was the first case in Bengal where GD entries are manufactured.
Know that, what he said. Everything will be clear. The judicial magistrate witnessed all this. Call for that report.
Not on magistrate or his.
I say it makes no difference.
Lord, give me a minute.
My lord,
Please have a.
every police station has
a
a
minute.
natural
Makes
death.
no difference, he said.
Sorry.
So kindly have a look at left-hand side bottom, the finding. In the case of wounds, not note whether there is any indication of wounds being homicidal, etc. Then the report is death was due to effects of manual strangulation
Yeah.
associated with smothering, as noted above. Now, please see manner of death, homicidal. There is a medical evidence of forceful penetration, insertion in her genitals,
Yes.
possibly of sexual assault.
Correct.
And see, my lord, the FSL report. My lord, I have marked, my lord, 2
CFS.
my lord, seized items.
Just give us that.
Even that. I'll just, Lord, in the second swap, flag, I'm sorry. ma'am. In the second swap, Lord, second flag, please see B, the observations. In the second flag, please see B. First, my lord, please see the first flag. My lord, I have marked 2. Exhibit U1, Exhibit U2. Correct, my lords?
Right.
Does my lord Justice Pardiwala and Justice Mishra get?
Yes.
Now kindly come to the second flag. And please see, my lord, the findings of this laboratory. From the above observations, it is concluded that then B. B. So and so, I am not reading it. Please see the underlined portion, my lord, rest. The CBI will send this again for retesting by Ames and my lord some other level.
You have said in the status report that CBI is.
My lord, now,
Kindly take the postmortem report once.
my lord, now,
Because it is shocking. Kindly take the top column and see whether all the wearing apparels were produced before the doctor,
Just
Right.
1 second, let's see that.
of how it has been tampered. And the undergarment.
Do you have a copy of this?
No, I
report?
don't. Now compare it with the UD case.
Mr. Solicitor General,
Yes.
officer is present.
Yes.
Just ask him to take this report in his hand.
You have.
The first line on the top. If he doesn't want to disclose, no problem.
You have an answer, you can give.
No, if it is coming in his way of investigation, he may not. We just want to know,
He knows, he can also answer. But first line,
just read it in your mind. The very first line,
your lordships are on this line, my lord,
you have this report, right?
correct. I'm just, to understand.
Just
this line, we
give
are
it.
assisting your lordship with.
Correct. The one which we have marked in red.
Correct.
No. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Therefore, my lord, I was also a little confused.
Sorry. Wait a minute. I'm marking it.
Yes,
Now it is bracketed with pencil.
correct.
Have they looked into this? Is it in the form of some interpolation or something? Did you get it?
Yes.
Lord, that is under investigation. The time difference is a matter of investigation.
You
That's
have
what,
said that in your status report.
yes, and
Therefore, page 9 of your report,
Look, sir,
Roman 4.
Therefore, what fell from you, some of the aspects which you have highlighted are the subject matter of the investigation by the CBI. So obviously, at this stage, when CBI is looking into it, we should not be commenting on it
We
presently.
appreciate that there was a previous FIR that lots of kindly just take 2 sections and give me just 1 minute.
How do you say that there was a previous
I'll
FIR?
explain to your lordships. Lordships will kindly take section 173 of the BNNS of the new code. It says on receipt of an information, an FIR is to be lodged. Now, what does 176(3) state? 176(3) of the BNS states that if an offense is above 7 years and a forensic expert has to be called for, on the receipt of an information regarding an offense, so there has to be an FIR. Without an FIR, 176(3) cannot come into play. The forensic team was there in the afternoon.
Told them we
So
should.
they could have only been called under section 176(3). So there has to be a previous FIR, because if there's no FIR, then you can't call the forensic team.
It's okay.
We are being led to believe that the first registration of the FIR takes place at 23:30 hours.
That's right.
There was a previous FIR, which was there. Now, lordships also appreciate one more thing.
Possibly, he says there has to be. There has to be, not there was.
Under the law,
Possibly, as I understand it, there has to be a
The
previous.
forensic team cannot come.
Otherwise, forensic you can't call.
There was an
176
FIR which has been
status.
suppressed or has been destroyed. By that, by whoever, I do not know.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay.
Or I would
As
also
a-
kindly take the PM report once, kindly take the
See,
top
look,
line.
at the same time, we have now looked at the status report, we have looked at what has been produced by the other side. There are UD entries. One is 542. Sorry, GD entry.
GD entry.
The GD entries, 540.
Right.
1 second. 542 first.
Till 10 AM. Well, that is also wrong.
That's a matter of, that is a matter of investigation.
Has to be at the,
That is a matter of investigation. Today, on the record that has been handed over, and CBI has also referred to it, is 542, 565, 576, and then
575, then 570,
565, 576, and then
577,
576 and 681.
then 577. That is the formal FIR.
Not leaving the brief aside, the problem is, my lord, we are dealing with, my lord, whenever rape and murder takes
These
place,
discrepancies which you have pointed out, CBI is alive to them. On the basis of these discrepancies, CBI's further investigation is going on.
Yes, let them investigate.
See the sample. Now the vaginous wash, the blood had to be preserved at 4 degrees centigrade. These 3 doctors purposely did not preserve it at 4 degrees centigrade. Now that sample might be contaminated. It has to be preserved at 4 degrees centigrade.
Well, if the CBI,
Not
if
the-
the-
what the CFS
Well,
has
therefore, I said that
doctors
this is
are-
something very serious. I'll tell my lord, your lordships, in case of a rape and murder, the first 5 hours are crucial. Well, the first 5 hours is the period where you have to cordon off the area. You cannot have an ingress and outgress. Whoever wants to come and go, they take pictures, photographs, evidence is destroyed.
walking.
And thereafter, after 5 days, if we enter the scene,
That's why
we have our own challenges.
We asked, the first question which we asked was, has the CCTV footage between 4:30 in the afternoon onwards been handed over? To
yes,
the
it has
CBI?
been.
They say it has been.
Well, we've got
No,
the
no,
document of
27
handing over.
minutes.
CBI says that they have it. Let them look into the.
27 minutes only, not.
No.
No, the entire, we've
Just
got
a
the handed over document.
There is a little bit of a confusion on this, Mr. Solicitor. What CBI has been handed over, which you have also said, is about 23 or 27 minutes
20.
of 27 minutes pertaining to the actual search operation which takes place and the inquest which thereafter has taken place. We wanted to know whether you are in possession of the complete sequence of the CCTV between the time that the accused leaves the hall
Well, I've got
and
the document.
But
which
my lord,
take
the
place.
CCTV
over
will
document.
only show the accused entering, etc. Here.
No,
the
no, no, no,
crucial-
no, no.
Who else, Mr.
Crucial
Solicitor, who else entered after the accused deadline?
Just
And
handed over,
Dealt with the,
over memorandum.
Look into these aspects.
Well,
we will.
Tell us on the next date of listing, because these are obviously, now that some leads have emerged, we'd like you to further investigate and come back to us.
I just want to mention,
But only one.
can I have a word? Can I have a word?
My lord, may I just speak on behalf of
Only
the
a
student?
Malads,
only a minute, ma'am. I'll just.
Yes,
in the
sure.
date.
this would go on here.
It's different.
It's all there. Malads, I just want to,
Lord will
Does-
kindly-
May I just say
Malads,
two
may I?
words?
Whether the X-ray plate, because my lord, the body was found, the legs were found at a 90-degree angle. Now, 90-degree angle cannot take place without the hips being broken. My lord will kindly see in the post-mortem report whether the X-ray plates have been handed over to the CBI.
Lord,
Whether the X-ray was actually done or whether the X-ray plates were handed over.
We've got the photographs with us.
Mr. Solicitor, just one question from your officer. When the body is dispatched from after the inquest for the purposes of the post-mortem, you have that letter by which the body is dispatched for post-mortem.
Yes, my lord, it is there, form number
Arey, wait, wait, wait.
5363.
Once again, how will you
Let
have
me
it?
have-
We
No,
are
I'm not saying, I'm saying the form number.
obviously, we're saying it with a certain purpose. We want to see that.
It will be a long.
I'll
document.
check up, my lord, and.
We know that.
Yeah, it is there. Because it was shown before the High Court, before the High Court I argued.
Can you just, one second,
I don't have it. It was before the High Court, it was argued.
just 1 second. Let's not get into these bickerings. We have flagged the document. We want to see that document. Do you have the document here?
Yes, I'll just check. Immediately. The body was handed over. From.
Ms. Astha, do you have the document?
We just were trying to see it. But in the meantime, I just
All the
mentioned.
dead body chala.
Lord, in the meantime, can I
Just
just?
1 second. So only deflect. Yeah, on one particular issue, let's seize that issue and then
Yes.
see if there is a satisfactory answer.
Yes.
Otherwise, CBI will look into our query by the next day.
There is also an antecedent aspect to what the Lordship has just, yes.
Till they find out, my lord, your lordships have kept it on
Tuesday.
17th. 17th. Can it be on 18th? 17th would be miscellaneous day. That's on.
We'll get a little more time.
Yes, but, no, miscellaneous day has its own problems, your lordship knows.
But let them
18th.
investigate it.
Mr. Sybil, do you have it?
But I only have this that is handed over, dead body challan that's handed over. That's all I have. To the family. Yes, to the family.
But not the family. Those form the
Come on now.
person who does the UD.
Let my lord, the
would be
Chief
different.
Justice,
It's
see
not
the
about
doc.
This is the blank one. It would be like this. This is blank one.
I'm sorry, Malad. No, who can
This
read
is
this?
the blank one. It would be like this.
This is not what we are asking
No,
for.
no, I'm just saying
This
that's
is-
all we have at the moment.
Disposal order accompanying corpses sent for cremation. This is when the body is given to the parents. for
Malad,
cremation.
I cannot find the document immediately.
We are just trying it.
This is the only thing we have at the moment. That's all I can say, Malad.
Because when the body is dispatched from the post-mortem after the inquest, surely the doctors who act on that and do the post-mortem would first look at what is given to them.
We just look at it.
It would be like this. No.
You just have the format.
The blank form.
All right, let's see the blank format. This is the challan for use when a dead body is sent for examination.
Yes.
Where is that filled out challan?
But it's part of the case that because it was shown in the High
You
Court.
wouldn't know it. How, let the CBI say. We asked the
was there.
we asked the state of West Bengal whether they have it here in the court. Let them give it to us.
It should be part of the case diary. That's all we
That
can.
is not
What's
given to
the
us.
form by which you handed
That
it?
is not given to us.
Not be given to you.
That's what, my lord, my hand.
That's very important.
It's not in the file which is given to us.
Ms. Sharma, where is the challan when the dead body was sent
We're trying
for?
to figure out, Malad,
for
where it
the
is. We're trying to
postmortem.
figure out. Huh? let's not state something unless we are absolutely sure what it is.
Month later, and they're still figuring it out.
It's a very crucial importance because this form also has a column which says remarks, noting what clothes and articles were sent in with the body, which means that together with the body, other things which have by then ceased, which have been then seized, and other material is also sent to the doctors who conduct the postmortem. We want to see that.
It was definitely a part of the CD when I argued the matter before the panel.
Part of his diary.
The last column. Are you sure? Make sure. Have given, maybe. Or may have given, we don't know. They say they have not seen this and the file handed over to the CBI does not contain this document. But it appears from the argument of my learned friend that it exists because according to him, it was shown to the High Court.
No.
Without this, my lord, the postmortem doctor cannot accept the body.
Postmortem doctor will not carry out the PMR, the postmortem, and he will not accept the body because first and foremost, he has to have a request in the challan that please, this body is being sent for the purpose of
On the
examining.
challan, he gives a seal saying accepted.
Mullah, your lordships will give us time. We'll try and place everything before the court.
There, Mr. Sibbal.
It's not, Mullah. We've checked it up. It's not there.
And CBI says that they also don't have the document under which the body was sent.
To us, that file does not contain.
What
this
I'm
document.
told is that the CJM came, Mullahs, and he filled it up himself and there's no separate form. That's what seems to have happened.
Was the postmortem carried out without a,
It's
without,
impossible. It's
without
impossible.
a formal dispatch of a request to the postmortem doctors to carry out the
Not
postmortem?
just an administrative form, it's a statutory
Mullah, I
form.
don't have that information. I can only.
Just have this postmortem report in hand. You
in
must
hand.
be having it,
Postmortem
right?
report. Yes, we have it, Mullah.
Now see the third column.
Yes.
See the third column on the top of it.
Third column.
Constable by whom brought.
Yeah.
So this constable is supposed to carry this.
This challan.
Okay.
He is supposed to carry this.
Yeah.
And if there are any relatives accompanying, the names of those.
Sure. Yeah.
Now, it has been struck out.
Blank. That's blank.
So there is no reference of this challan for use when a dead body is sent for examination. You need to explain.
Yes, certainly, Mullah.
So tomorrow, if this document is missing,
Yeah.
then something is happening.
Yeah, sure, Mullah. Sure. So we'll find out, Mullah, as to why this is brought. This is why it crossed. To that effect. Mullah, we'll file the affidavit to that effect, Mullah, so that we can't be making statements, Mullah, in this fashion.
Solicitor, please do, if you need that, and that has not been forwarded to you, CBI should make a requisition for that.
No, certainly, my lord, we will have to end that fact being absent in the
Also,
postmortem
this is in
report.
light of the fact that learned counsel says that when the matter was argued before the Calcutta High Court, that was part of the CD.
It was one of the video, it was live, streamed live. The lordships can call for the particular link and see it for your lordship says that it was shown. In fact,
But in absence of mention in the postmortem report, The possibility of it having been created subsequently cannot be ruled out.
Subject matter of investigation.
Investigation, I'll not say anything more.
Investigation.
Somebody has to prepared for the-
What has been created subsequently?
All right,
Nothing has been created.
all right. Should
We
we,
file an affidavit,
we'll
Malad.
move on to next
Yes.
Tuesday after this is
Yes,
over?
Malad.
Lord, Wednesday, my lord, Tuesday is a miscellaneous.
All right, Wednesday, Tuesday is miscellaneous.
Lord.
Keep it on Wednesday.
Lord, may I,
Wednesday, no. Wednesday.
One
18th.
second.
Well, Wednesday is 18th, that PMLA matter starts on Wednesday. Malad, please don't have it on Wednesday.
All right, we'll keep it on Tuesday after the miscellaneous board is over.
Yes.
So may I just say
Lord,
one
may
thing?
I say-
One thing.
Malad, can
No,
we?
but just one thing. So we are 1 month down now since this death took place. We do not have any clarity about the estimated time of death. I thought the post-mortem report, which normally says, may not be exact, approximate, but we still know what is the West Bengal's case as to when this death took place. I would imagine they would say it's before 5 o'clock
Clarity
sometime.
on that. There is some clarity on that.
Yes. In the CBI,
There is clarity on two aspects.
yes,
One, when the body was discovered,
yes.
there is some clarity on when the body was discovered. And there is some clarity about the movement which takes place in or around the room where she was staying for the night, where she came in late after the
But then the person,
stomach contents also reveal that,
she had a meal.
yes, that's right.
No, so there should be one more aspect then. The person who actually first discovered the body or learnt of it should actually be the first informant. And the time of his knowledge should be the time of the first information report. So the delay starts from there.
There's a delay of almost 14 hours in recording the first information report. It's very clear that there's a delay of about 14 hours. At least 14 hours.
14 hours, at least, yes.
My lords, if I may, with regard to the other investigation that is happening, with regard to the financial irregularities.
That CBI is investigating, but right now that is,
Exactly, the CBI is
obviously we have started that investigation, but we are on far more pressing issues at this point of time.
My lords, the trouble with that, the difficulty with that, and I am for those 25,000 doctors, which include, in fact, whistleblowers who have placed and are assisting the CBI and have placed documents with the CBI. Now, some of us are still in RG Kar Medical College, some of us are in the health department, and there are threats, frankly, my lords. So what we are seeking is that, my lords, just seek a status report for next time, because the two are inextricably connected, my lords, as the High Court has found, in fact, that the two are connected.
The nature of the link between the two is itself the subject matter of the investigation which is going on. Let's
Absolutely.
not say much more than that.
Absolutely. So we are not seeking that we see the status reports, of course, my lords. What we are seeking that my lords keep track of that.
Three issues.
Your
I want.
lordship,
I
your
also did
lordship,
not
may I
dictate.
just say,
My lord,
there wasn't-
only a minute,
lordship-
only a minute. Mr. Sibal was,
Ms. Rudra has
Mr.
been-
Sibal was to explain why the administrator or the superintendent was immediately accommodated somewhere else. But I did not start with that.
Lord,
He was to explain that.
your lordship had told us to give the names of the miscreants, some of the miscreants that we know in RG Corp, and give them in a sealed cover. So, my lords, may I just give the names in the sealed cover to your lordship?
Of those who vandalized the.
Of those who vandalized, who came to the scene, even tampered with the scene. So I'll just give
Look,
this sense.
One second.
Well, there's
Before you
nothing was
make a
tampered.
statement tampered with the
Fair,
scene,
Malad.
Yes.
please be a little careful. Tampered with the scene is a very strong word to
I
use.
just-
The vandals
no.
tampered with the scene.
I'll just show your
Look,
lordship.
Please
three
allow the
photographs.
CBI to investigate.
No, I'll just show your lordship 3 photographs. Can I just show in sealed cover 3 photographs? That's all.
You want us to make any observation that the
No,
crime scene was
I just
tampered
want
with?
your
Look, the
lordship.
investigation
Your
is going
lordship,
on.
just look at these photographs. We've got them for
All
your lordship. And give these names, please. And give the names to Mr.
Don't know what.
Kim.
For whom,
To DSG for the details. The junior doctor. West Bengal front.
Well, the CBI has till date not said that their seal has been broken. I don't know why these statements are being made.
See, I'm not saying
The
anything.
CBI itself does not say so, but you are saying.
please give me a second.
You
My
can't,
lord
you
would
just
see
can't make
this
statements at
was-
random like that.
What
Lord,
time are these photographs
just
taken?
me-
What time are they taken? What is the
My
date?
lord, this is at the, where the body is there.
My lord.
Annexure A2.
Time.
My lord, this is on that
They're
day.
having a
On the day of the incident, and I've given the name of the person who is, and very many other persons who are unauthorized, who are going to that place. Then your lordship would see page 2, annexure 3, where I've given other persons. They are all walking in and walking out as if it's not a scene. The very next day, my lord, just look at page 3, annexure 6. They
This
pray.
made our work a little more challenging. She's right. And but
One second. And last page, which is most important, my lord, just see the last page.
We saw the last page.
So what I'm saying, if nothing, if the manner in which it is you can make out that this has been redone at a later time. Otherwise, there would be struggle, there would be some signs, there would be some stains. This is completely watched up, and the very next day they demolished
Right, you made your point. I think he has
next
also
2
pointed out
rooms.
some.
But that,
Can you
what was,
or
my lord, if I was not
next-
able to explain it, what was that? That was the toilet, which
please?
had a basin and the tiles on the wall. Now the entire tiles have been changed and the basins removed.
Please.
So even if you do the luminol test now, which is after washing of a crime scene, there's a test called the luminol test. Even if you do the luminol test, you will not come
Who
to
has
know
said
whether
the tiles
the
have been
accused actually went over there to wash his
Who has said
hands,
tiles
legs.
have been removed?
It's a
And
part of
Lord,
the
we are
record.
also
Because done on the
asking
test.
I don't know what.
that
And
Mulad,
because the luminol test now fails, because the entire tiles
Mulad,
and the thing was changed.
my lord, 2
Mulad, may I,
serious investigation.
Mulad, may I make just a,
my lord, 2 other
May I just-
requests. One, CISF is letting people go to the emergency room without checking the iCards, because people say they are doctors or they say they are staff. Now in West Bengal, about 1 lakh odd people are civil employees who are over and above the police. And therefore, they seem to have identification cards without any verification. So they walk in and out. People who say they call them civic volunteers. Now that's dangerous. And this person was perhaps one of the either touts or a civic volunteer who's
He was
gone
a
in.
civic volunteer himself.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Jesus.
They may call themselves whatever, but they have no identification.
Mulad,
no
we are the one who
verification.
arrested him.
This is going on because the moment that they say we are doctors, people are going.
CISF personnel are in charge of the security of the hospital.
remove
Obviously, they have to
social
take adequate measures to ensure that any person who's seeking to gain access to the emergency ward, it can't be a random access to anybody.
Yeah.
Otherwise, how are the doctors protected? So CISF has to tighten up the measures on who can access the emergency wards also.
Correct.
Yeah.
It can't be that any random civic volunteer can have full access to the entire emergency ward, which is where all the doctors are on duty at critical care facilities in the hospital.
That is being done. Mulad, that is being done.
So please ask the CISF company to ensure that
It is
all-
ensured. I
all-
can assure your lordship, it is ensured.
that
She is saying.
all necessary security and safety precautions are adopted
Shall-
for protecting the doctors,
That-
especially
And
those who
what-
are on duty at RG because they were there, right?
One, just, my lord, one more request. On social media, photographs of this victim are being floated. These may be taken off.
Hmm.
I'm requesting if that
That-
a general
must
direction
respect
can
the
be given.
dignity of the.
Because this is not
Of course, it's
permissible
not possible
anywhere in the
to-
world that it should be sensationalized or whatever.
But the photographs which you have produced before us at random,
Because we were there, all of us were there, many
We're
of
taking
us,
pictures.
so
10,
these
20
Photographs are
were
every,
there.
you mean to say you took the photographs?
My lord,
course.
I mean, several persons,
Where did
Just
you get those
to-
photographs from?
the scene of crime was not cordoned at all. People were
But
walking
tell
in.
us, therefore you took those
It is
photographs.
our suspicion that the 2 seminar rooms was where the crime may have
You're
happened.
also showing
which
all
are
these
being
photographs and
published.
how do you get possession of these photographs?
My lord, the fact is that they are being circulated. And this person, one of the persons, I've given the name of some 10, 20 people who are the main miscreants and in this hospital. And my lord, all other hospitals there are having this issue.
Mr. All council, we are going to direct that the photographs of the dead body of the deceased have to be forthwith removed from all social media.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Because
Absolutely. We agree entirely with that.
damage has been done by the
Yes, yes.
circulation of these photographs.
See.
It said that all social media posts
Malaj, even the seizure list, Malaj.
circulating
Not
the
only one aspect on
photographs
this.
of the dead body of the deceased shall forthwith be removed to ensure the privacy and the dignity of the victim.
No,
It's of a family.
May I add
Not
this,
something more than that.
including the seizure list, because there are issues of privacy involved. Well, the seizure list includes all the garments, all the other things, Malaj, with photographs, all this is being circulated. Well, therefore, all this must stop.
Obviously, that leaked when you were in charge of the investigation.
No, not at all. Just the opposite. Published on 4th of, Malaj, published on 4th September, when the hearing is on 5th September.
Mr. Sibal, we'll,
My lord,
Only add one
This is not fair, Malaj.
we'll see what happens on the next occasion.
Malaj,
There's a form,
Form there, Jodhara.
Police.
5-3.
one addition, my lord, I would request. My lord, only one addition I would request. Direct and indirect photographs, because my lord, some of the photographs I've seen, the girl had a specific my lord, hairstyle. So they remove the face, but the hairstyle is quite recognized.
During the course of the hearing, it has emerged that during the course of the hearing, the court has been apprised of the, into inverted commas, challan for use when a dead body is sent for examination, into inverted commas, complete. Full stop. The Solicitor General, on the instructions of the investigating officer of the CBI, states that the above challan, duly filled in, is not a part of the file which has been handed over to the CBI for investigation.
Sure.
Stop. Faced with the above, it has been submitted by the learned counsel appearing on behalf for the original petitioners before the Calcutta High Court.
One of the petitioners.
Appearing, Saabka naam likho. For one of the petitioners before the Calcutta High Court, that the form was, as a matter of fact, produced before the Calcutta High Court during the course of the hearings. Stop. The form is unavailable with Mr. Kapil Sibal, learned senior counsel, and Mr. Asta Sharma appearing on behalf of the state of West Bengal at the present stage.
I just want to know whether it's form 5370.
5371.
I have 5370.
Can I just see?
What does it
I'll
say?
be able to tell you in 1 second.
It says, Malaj,
Changes now.
formation of.
It is another peer.
No, that's for cremation.
No, not for cremation.
Yeah.
I have 5370 here, Malaj.
Show the.
Can you show it to us for a second?
Yeah.
वो दिखाइए जरा.
No, give this.
नहीं, ये अलग है.
The identity, Malaj, of the
Covers the one.
deceased. Name of deceased.
Number 53.
53 under
This is
174.
form number 54.
We wanted form 54.
54.
This is WB form number 5371.
This is form 53. Malaj.
Even their file doesn't have, my lord, that's.
वहां पर आपने
So,
जो into
that
inverted commas
justifies by
बताया,
saying that we.
वहां पर लिख लीजिए into brackets WB form number 5371. The
पता कर लो.
PRB form number 54 dash VDA rule 282.
My lord, these
A
CIs.
copy of the form, a copy of the form duly filled in, which shall be produced before this court on the next date of listing.
Lord, we have complaints.
My lord,
1 minute.
also to produce form number 5363.
What is 5360?
That is the case, when in a case diary, you have 172 in the old form. My lord, start date, end date of an investigation for a particular day. From there, your lordships can call out what exactly happened in this case after the investigation started. From there, your lordships, the first entry has to be the UDA case number, because it was lodged at
That is form 5363.
5363.
You have a pro forma of the form?
At the moment, I don't have it. But I can hand it over
Case
to.
diary would have been handed over to the CBI.
Please do that. Please do that to me. I'll hand it over to this.
Well, it's,
It says case
Just
diary
look at form 5360 and keep it ready on the next date.
536.
5363, sir.
Just keep it ready.
Three.
We'll examine it on the.
My lord,
My
various
lords, one last thing that my
colleges-
lords may record.
various colleges. One,
National Task Force will be doing its work. In the meanwhile, CCTV cameras and distress
Yes.
call systems be installed in all hospitals. So that should be implemented firstly, my lord. Secondly, my lord, I have a suggestion that there should.
we
be
filed the report, my lord.
Connectivity between all hospitals and the nearest police station. That's one. And secondly, my lord, whenever a complaint is filed, why should a victim have to go to the police station if there is any incident of violence or harassment? The management of the hospital should be the complainant. That's second. And thirdly, my lord, we should go beyond the CCTV cameras. There should be wearable devices, in the as a badge or on the wrist, where if there is any violent incident, that should be immediately that should lead to an alarm.
That we have asked the committee specifically to formulate it.
That's due tomorrow.
We expect the committee to come out with its.
My lords, that's due tomorrow. Could that be placed then on the next occasion? Because our doctors, my lords, are working, they're back at work, and they are not feeling safe.
Well, they are not
So,
back at work. This
my
is one of the issues I've raised, madam.
25,000 doctors are back at
So,
work.
Sibyl, we would expect the state of West Bengal to put into place, even without waiting for the report of the National Task Force,
My doctors are.
basic measures for ensuring.
We have done it, madam. We've done it already, madam. We filed an application.
Status report merely indicates that funds have been sanctioned.
No,
Not
madam.
indicated what steps have been adopted on the site.
Report, health secretary says all that, madam.
my lord,
But
my
can I,
lord, the CISF,
If there are goons
If-
in the hospital.
can I have the liberty, madam, at least to address your losses for 5-7 minutes, madam?
That's the report of the health department.
Yes.
Let's see what you have done.
Madam,
Urgent direction.
Because there's a moment of silence is not a reason for everybody to just.
Says State Department through, your losses may see, page 1, 2, the surveillance, the rest.
No, page 1 is state government has issued comprehensive guideline on 19th August.
Next page.
Next page, madam, next page.
Sanction 37.28 crore.
No, and after that, CCTV, madam. CCTV surveillance cameras in medical colleges, other hospitals, state government has taken and installed additional CCTV cameras in all.
1,747 CCTV cameras were functioning in medical colleges. Why would this offense have taken place?
Yes, you're right.
But state government has taken the initiative to install additional 6,178 CCTV cameras. Are being constructed. 893 additional duty restrooms are being constructed. Illumination is, state government is looking at the installation.
That naturally, these are not, they're not available there, madam, so we have to do this right away, madam.
But tell us one thing, what is it that the state government has installed at RG Corps, for instance? Tell us at RG Corps what additional equipment has been installed after we took charge of the matter.
All right, I will tell you that, madam.
Not just that sanctions have been issued. We
No,
want to know
your
what is
lordship
the,
is absolutely
what
right.
is the progress on the ground that the
Let's
state government.
kindly see, we have said at page 4, madam, that we are taking up works regarding security infrastructure upgradation of RG Medical College as suggested by CISF and assigned an amount of 50, that a copy of memo dated so and so. State government has given
taking up
distress
work. Tell
helpline
us-
numbers. CFS told us we are moving forward, madam, in that direction.
Tell us by the next date
Very well.
on what steps have actually been implemented on the ground.
Sure, madam, we'll do that.
We are back
We'll
to
do that.
work, my lords.
Definitely.
And let the district collector, we look at the government hospitals. Let the district
There are
collector.
7, madam.
One second, please. let the district collectors engage with the heads of each of the government medical colleges and ensure that whatever steps have to be taken are taken in the next 1 week.
Very well, we'll do that. But in the
So,
meantime,
my lord,
may I be able, can I have 5-7 minutes of your
Yes.
lordship's time? Mullah? I'm sorry to trouble your lordships. Mullah, kindly have a look at page 5 of this report, Mullah. Para 7. So see the problem that we are facing. 23 people have died, Mullah, because they don't come to work. Para 7, further, the resident doctors of different medical colleges and hospitals across the state have been abstaining from duty for the last 28 days. The healthcare system is facing severe disruptions and can come to a standstill as resident doctors are the backbone of the healthcare in government medical colleges and hospitals. Due to continued ceased work, public at large is suffering. Some of the details are as follows. 6 lakh individuals have been denied treatment as resident doctors are not attending OPDs. Where do we go from here, Malaj? Causing the delayed number of attendees of government medical colleges to drop from 70,000 to 40,000. This has restricted access to specialty and super specialty treatments, especially to poor patients such as cardiology, oncology, neurology. These facilities are only available in medical colleges. Cardiology treatments such as stenting and angiography have been withheld for approximately 1,500 patients. Then, 20 cases of deaths have occurred. In the meantime, we are now, another 3 have died. They don't go to work.
may I answer
And
that?
1 second.
My lord,
They
may I answer?
Your lordship said last time, I remember now, allow me to please say something. Your lordship said
Can
last
I-
time that you must
can-
go back to work. They
Can
don't
I
go back to
answer?
work, Malaj. And
Can I answer that?
1 second.
None of our doctors are stressed.
Before you answer it, allow him to make his point.
Yes,
Exactly that.
yes, yes.
So, Malaj, therefore, your lordships may now indicate in your order that, Malaj, if they don't go back to work, Malaj, then proceedings will be taken against them. But it can't be, Malaj, that people die, they don't go to hospitals, and Malaj, if it's a cancer treatment, we are sending them to pilot hospitals, and they are dying there because they can't get this treatment.
My lord,
We have, may I help you, booths, Malaj, we have set up all over
let
they have
me
ransacked
answer.
those booths. This is what's happening on the ground. But Malaj, because we don't get any time to even address your lordships on issues. And I'm very happy, Malaj, at last we've got an opportunity. Then what's happening is, Malaj, now protests are taking place all over the state. There is no program that is submitted to the police. There is no route that is submitted to the police. There is no permission sought from the police. They are protesting all over the place. Now, Malaj, what do? This is what's happening on the ground. And now, Malaj, it's turned into something entirely different, which I don't want to mention, Malaj.
Who's appearing for the Doctors Association?
My lord, I'm appearing for the doctors.
I am
Malaj,
for senior
41, if I
doctors, my
show
lord.
your lordships the
See,
photographs,
doctors are
41
involved.
police personnel have been injured.
Senior doctors.
One has lost his eye permanently.
Senior
And
doctors.
Malaj, I've seen the photograph.
Not by doctors.
And they are denying treatment to the police. That's the other thing that's happening. And there's blood over their bodies, Malaj. I have the photographs with me. If I show them to you, your lordships
My
will
lord,
be shocked.
I,
Page 60.
my lord, I appear for the
Malaj, kindly
doctors
see now.
grant.
Malaj, kindly see the page 69. Yes, kindly see page 69.
If you can give us what he is saying.
Page 73 of our status report, of the police report. Malaj, kindly just give me.
The state was
Allow
quite
me, Malaj.
silent.
One
Lord.
second, please.
State
Mr.
was quite
Solicitor, I
silent
never
when your lordships
interrupted
were
you. Allow me to
examining the
say
offense.
something.
Now the state has
Mr.
become aggressive.
Solicitor, allow me to say something, please.
Lord,
Doing this all the time, interrupting whenever we, Malaj, kindly come to an extra 44, page 73. Allow me. Please allow me. Malaj, this is not fair, Malaj.
As authorities of the state of West Bengal,
Malaj.
they have said that a person had died within
Malaj.
continuous and profuse bleeding.
Allah.
But that was a statement made on the social media by one of the.
Malaj, kindly see 73.
On duty, are they not on?
No.
My lords, if I may
allow-
clarify, there are two
Can I-
sets of doctors.
Can I address your lordship
1 second.
one
Yes.
by one?
Order. Do we record the assurance of all the council appearing on behalf of the doctors that you are on duty and you're not abstaining from work?
They are on
We are
duty,
not
they are
on
not,
duty.
and they will say why.
Just address
We are
your
on
lordship.
duty.
1 second.
Can I
Miss
address your
Silvia,
lordship?
Yes, what is your statement?
So our statement is that the West Bengal Calcutta doctors, junior doctors are not on duty. There are 1737 hospitals and nursing homes in West Bengal, in which 1500 are fully on duty. Senior doctors, even in the balance, 200 odd are also on duty, but the junior doctors are not on duty because
Across the state of West Bengal?
No, Calcutta, only Calcutta.
Yes.
So the figures are for the whole of West Bengal, but the ones who are not on duty are in Calcutta and its periphery. They are not on duty because they are still getting threats. People are being told, we know your father's in government service. We know what you will face.
No
I have
complaint has
given-
been filed, they say
Wait,
anything.
1 minute. I have filed an application. I have given in sealed cover the name of some of the miscreants in KG court, RG court. And I have given a detail of at least 5 or 10 hospitals.
Putra, we
and
will
colleges.
direct that if the doctors resume work immediately, no adverse action shall be taken against them presently because of the fact that we are seized with the matter.
My lord, can I
But equally now, if they do not resume work as doctors, then we can't restrain the state government from taking disciplinary action. That's entirely within their jurisdiction.
My lord, first the action has to be from miscreants who are actually threatening them day in and day out. I've given examples of complaints by Burdwan Hospital, Midnapur Hospital, Medical College, Kolkata. I didn't want to burden your lordship, so I gave 4 examples in Calcutta itself, where there are threats to the doctors from within and without, just because. So we had, obviously, my lord, all they are asking, we should have separate rooms, separate toilets. I'll tell your lordship.
What are the threats about?
The threats are they are just bullying, beating. 1 minute, because several of these persons supported the RG Corps protests. So many of them are being victimized. There's a group which is being headed by a medical forum. I don't want to name it. I don't want to make it any political. I'm only saying apolitically that it cannot be that just because these students, and they are doing volunteer duty just outside the hospital in camps. They are working in various health clinics, and I can show the photographs.
Might as well go back to your work.
No,
in the
because
hospital.
there we are receiving. So what I'm saying, we need a room for females to rest at night because 36-hour duty. We need a room for males separately. We need toilets for them. We need CCTVs. We need senior women, CISF people near us so that we are not threatened. I have no difficulty. If I can work inside, I can work inside, but I have to have
They're
a
not working.
safe environment. And I have given a sealed cover. Sorry.
Ms. Luthra, just give us
Sorry.
30 seconds.
Sorry, my lord. Just
If you have the information on hand,
Yes.
you may give it to us. At a time, doctors, they work for 24 hours,
Yes,
right?
yes.
At a time in a given shift, how many resident doctors work?
Okay, I'll find out, Mullas. I'll find out. I don't know, Mullas. I don't know. Mullas, may I request, apropos her complaint,
Female doctors are there at a time.
I'll find out. I don't know, Mullas.
Totally, how many hospitals public hospitals in the state of West Bengal? Is it correct?
Mostly-
1737?
Basically, Malad, all the really healthcare network is in Calcutta itself. The large part of the network
How
is in
many,
Calcutta.
how many government hospitals are there?
In Calcutta or all over the in West Bengal? Government hospitals in West Bengal. We'll just find out, Malad.
And in Calcutta?
We'll find that you should be able to.
All right, ऐसा लिख लीजिए.
About 24 or so.
Just 1 second. During the course of the hearing, a grievance has been made by the government of West Bengal in regard to the mass abstention from work of doctors from government
Junior
medical
doctors.
colleges.
Manoj, it's
Junior
junior.
doctors.
It's only junior
Words
doctors.
in his mouth, right?
Pardon.
Of the of the abstention from work of resident doctors of
Yes, Manoj.
medical colleges and hospitals across the state for 28 days, as a consequence of which the healthcare system is facing severe disruptions. Full stop. Paragraph 7 of the status report, paragraphs 7 and 8 of the status report, which has been filed by the Health Department of the state of West Bengal, are set out below. Copy down that. Next. We are of the view that before that you say the state of West Bengal must take necessary steps to create a degree of confidence, to create confidence in the minds of the
doctors.
of the doctors, that their concerns in regard to security and safety are being duly attended to. Full stop. In order to ensure this, all the respective district collectors and superintendents of police shall take stock of the situation and ensure that necessary conditions have been created for ensuring the safety and security of all doctors in the government medical colleges and public hospitals, including, into brackets, provision of separate duty rooms for male and female personnel, semicolon, bracket 2, availability of toilet facilities for male and female personnel, semicolon, and bracket 3, the installation of CCTV cameras. Full stop. In the affidavit which has been in the status report, which has been filed on behalf of the state police, it has been indicated that funds have been sanctioned by the state of West Bengal for setting up additional CCTV cameras in the government medical colleges and hospitals, and for carrying out necessary structural work and for carrying out necessary work towards creating other attendant facilities for the doctors. Full stop. This shall be continuously monitored by the district collectors in conjunction with the superintendents of police. Full stop. In order to create a sense of confidence among the doctors, we also direct that in the event that the doctors report for duty within a period of on or before 5 p.m. tomorrow, no adverse action, no adverse disciplinary action shall be adopted by the state of West Bengal. Full stop. Moreover, in the event that any complaint is made for their abstention from work for the antecedent period, full stop. In the event that any further complaint is received in regard to the lack of safety or, as the case may be, security, such complaints shall be promptly attended to by the superintendents of police by making suitable arrangements with the local police stations concerned. However, if there is a continued abstention from work despite the above facilities which have been directed to be put into place, could be, there may be a likelihood of adverse action being adopted in the future, which may best be obviated by the return to work. Full stop. The resident doctors must be aware of, cannot be oblivious to the needs of the general community whom they are intended to serve by and to reciprocate by returning back to work within this period.
May I just? One second, hold on, I have not yet finished. Allow me.
This is one aspect. One, we are only 2% of the doctor force. We are just junior doctors. So we just senior
But
doctors.
you can't say others are working, so we need not work.
No, I'm not.
You have to get back to work.
I'm unsafe. I'm only saying, give me 3 days. And let them put an affidavit of
Giving you 2
compliance
days.
in place.
Yeah, we are giving you 2 days. We have asked them within these 2 days for them to take necessary steps. That's why we didn't say today. We have given until 5 p.m. tomorrow, right?
May I now? What is all this is?
But one of the most associated that a boy died out of.
Anyway, look, we are not here to either lend a ear to the politicization of the matter or other. All that we want to, 1 second, we want to ensure that due security and safety is provided to the doctors, but equally, the young doctors must now return to work and attend to their patients.
Well, 1 second, I haven't finished. Just allow me, please. I'm on my. Yeah. Well, let's see what the protection is. Well, let's see page 73.
We know what is happening on the ground. All that we want to assure the doctors is first return to work. We have said that the district collectors and the superintendents of police will monitor the situation. They shall provide adequate facilities to ensure their safety and security. They must now come back to work. You can't say that, well, others are on work, therefore we will not
No,
work.
that's not at all an argument.
But
I'm just saying that.
Equally, we have put everybody on notice that if they do not return to work,
Yes.
then please don't hold anybody responsible if disciplinary action is taken, because
Lord,
we
we
can't
are
prevent
more
any
than
government
willing
from.
to work if we are working outside.
Hold on. May I finish?
May I say one thing?
What? I haven't finished, my dear.
There is a threat.
Take your turn
and I-
after lunch.
Luthra, we have therefore taken care of your submission on the threat. We have
Yes,
said
yes.
that.
My lord, the names of the miscreants, can I give it to this?
Give it to Mr. Solicitor.
Yes, my lord.
Yes.
There are several miscreants in this hospital itself. We are giving the names to the solicitor.
May I finish, Malad? Now kindly turn to page 73, Malad, of the police status report.
So what is that?
Well, just have a look at it, Malad. There are some photographs your lordships will see, Malad.
Yes.
Give it to my lord.
1 second. You filed it, right?
Yes, we filed it. Therefore, I'm saying, yesterday we filed it, we circulated. We have hard copy now. Malad.
Status report by Kolkata Police.
Page 73, Malad. Annexure 44.
Sure.
It may be
44.
Otherwise, I'm not.
It only goes on to Annexure 837.
No.
Page 73.
Page 44, page 73. We've got hard copies. Just have a look at it, Malad.
Very small.
PDF
78.
PDF should be 78, I believe, Malad.
Anything else left? But that's, he's dealing with. Action against threat culture.
On the ground, Malad.
Therefore, we've asked the doctors to come back to work first and foremost. And we've seen this as well.
Okay, now, Malad, then the next two more things. Number one, Malad, there should be no protest without an application to hold the protest, and the route to, they just hold the protest without informing anybody.
In our last order, we have clarified that when we said that you will not take any action against peaceful protesters,
Yes.
we had equally said that.
What, 1 second, once.
Respect of any protest which.
Well, see what is happening.
And protest will
Allowed?
not be, any protest will not be at the cost of their duties.
Yes. This is not clarified. This was not clarified, Malad. These are,
In the last.
this is not the doctors. These are not the doctors, Malad. Malad,
All right, let him say what he has to say. We got your point.
this,
Nobody has protested beyond duty time.
But as later was saying to the protesters, on the Kolkata police, wherein that sort of started information. But in that letter, it was categorically all the necessary information was served upon the police with regard to the mark that is going to be.
no, no, no.
Everywhere, everywhere. All statements.
Malad, which court are we in, Malad?
Unless their courts, no regulator.
Malad, this.
Kolkata police, nor the West Bengal police, they did nothing on the part of the regulatory.
All right,
And it's beyond duty.
one last word, and then we are going to rise for lunch. We want to ensure that the doctors resume work.
Only one thing, Malak, they
Doctors are in the system to render service to the patients. We will provide every kind of measure of security to the doctors, but they have to reciprocate. We have said that no adverse action shall be taken.
Yes, please.
My lords, if they are also protesting and joining work,
We have CCTV footage. Malad,
When we said that no, one second, we said that, why don't you hear what we said? We said that no adverse action shall be taken against the doctors. Mr. Sibal, please ensure that those of the doctors who resume work, please don't take any action.
It's our duty. It's our duty, Malad. It's our duty. This gentleman who is before your lordships, I have got videos, photographs, he's throwing stones.
Lordship, there has been
This gentleman.
Lordship, a threat culture has been established in
Mr. Sibal, Leonard Senior Counsel, states that no action, including punitive transfers, shall be adopted against the doctors who return to work in terms of the directions and stipulations.
Lordship, the peaceful protesters also, right?
And IA.
Malad, kindly see.
Because the individual who was found to throw stones.
Yeah.
This sort of submissions come from.
Can you- One second, are you trying to address the gallery outside the court?
That's what he's doing.
One second. Can we just, I've been noticing your demeanor for the last 2 hours. Can you first lower your pitch? Please lower, 1 second. Listen to the Chief Justice. Don't raise your voice. Lower your pitch.
My lord,
Second, you are addressing 3 judges in front of you, not the large audience which is watching this proceedings in the video conferencing platform. 2, Mr. Sibal's statement, we can't start recording every police officer's statement here, right? Mr. Sibal is representing the state of West Bengal. We have recorded that there will be no adverse action, including punitive transfer. You said transfers. We have said, therefore, no punitive transfer shall be resorted to.
Lordship,
Right? Therefore, there's no
one
point in
thing.
raising the
No,
pitch.
Lordship, the peaceful
The
protesters
last thing is
who had
the application
participated
we
in-
have filed. Well, there's an application for
participated
directions
in
that I have
reclaiming
filed,
the
Malad,
line.
which has some really serious things that your lordships have to deal with. Malad, the kind of things that are in this application and the statements made in this application will destroy the credibility of institutions in this country if this is allowed to happen. Malad, I seriously, I request your lordship.
Sibal,
Yes,
have a copy given of that to Mr. Sultan.
yes, I will do that.
Please give it to me.
I will do that.
Lordship, only
Malad,
one thing.
And
Lordship.
Malad,
Lordships, may I?
your lordships must be on this, decide on the parameters
May I?
that are to be adopted in matters of this nature. Because this can't go on, Malad. It will destroy institutions. I can tell your lordships that, if this is allowed to go on. And your lordship,
May I
Malad,
mention
lawyers are
something?
threatened.
Lordships, may I
The-
mention?
Our lady lawyers are threatened, Malad. This is what is happening.
Your Lordships, may I mention an IA? Your Lordship,
Kind of things that have been said, Malad, your lordships can't imagine.
my lords, can doctors and other peaceful protesters be protected? Other government employees, my lords.
We have said doctors. We are concerned with doctors here.
My
We are
lords,
concerned with doctors. The others, we are in charge of the matter relating to the doctors because all of it originated in the act of the crime at the Arjikor College. We are not concerned with the wider aspects of what government employees are doing. That's for the state government to handle their employees. So far as the doctors are concerned, because we are also concerned about their safety. We have said that their safety shall be protected, but they must go back to work. We are very clear on that.
seek a,
On the matter,
my lord,
please
I
don't
seek
defend
a,
with my thoughts.
If all of you,
Correct.
your lordship,
7 or 8 people, at least in the last 20, I'm not used to this kind of advocacy where 7 or 8 people are arguing at the same
My-
time. We'll now take up the matter, I think.
my lords, your lordships, may I mention an IA? Your lordship,
This must stop.
my lords,
This
if
must
I
stop.
seek a very single direction.
Stop.
My lords,
Lord, only one line.
my lords,
Instead of assisting the court,
sir,
the state has sought to politicize, but Lord, I can't help it.
my lords, one line, if I may.
Politicize.
I
It is
it's a very limited direction with respect to the constitution of the NTF, my lords, if I may, please.
If this is called politicization, God save this country.
Yes, my lords.
What do you want to say about the constitution of the NTF?
My lords,
Surely you know this, that when an order is passed by the highest court,
yes, my
you
lords.
can't just bring up and say, I want to change in the constitution.
Not a change, my lords, not a change, my lords. Only one consideration by my lords.
Yes.
My lords, all I pray is that one representative of the dental association may be added to it. This is, and there's a reason for it, my lords.
We have asked the NTF to engage all stakeholders. Are you a stakeholder? Are you not a stakeholder?
We are stakeholders, but there's a reason.
Therefore, all that you have to do is you submit an email. The last time we have created a portal where any request can be made to the NTF. Submit an email on behalf of the dental association.
Sir.
We have these concerns. Please take these concerns into mind. They will hear the dental association.
Yeah, my lord.
Okay.
Your lordships, if I,
Adding people in there.
Sir,
All
my
that you have to
lordships-
do is you have to submit, we have laid down modalities
Sir.
for every stakeholder to engage with the national task force. We can't have individuals now indebted to the task.
your lordships, if I may mention, my lord, your lordship, there is a reason that I mentioned. Your lordships, if I may mention, your lordship.
Participating in the day-to-day protest, who participate in the reclaiming of knives and who are also holding their protest peacefully throughout Calcutta or other suburbs also. Kindly, police should not take any adverse steps against.
What we have said last time
Yeah.
still continues to remain in
Not-
operation.
Great.
That's not until today. That's an
They
order
don't
we
ask for
have
permission, my lord.
I may
It's not peaceful. You've seen the
I-
photographs.
Your-
All right,
Your
that's all
lordship,
right.
your lordships, I,
We are keeping it next week now.
your lordships, I have a small submission.
All right, this young lawyer here, yes.
Your lordships, I appear for senior doctors in the state of Haryana. Your lordships, the state of Haryana had an act in 2009. It has been 19 years, your lordship, there's been no implementation. The first FIR that was even registered was in 2017. Your lordship, what,
We'll have to delink your matter and deal with it as an individual matter separately.
your lordship, what I
You
propose,
can, instead of the intervention, you file whatever you want to file for him.
I propose, your lordship, I have a proposal, if your lordships may direct the state governments to send a status report to the NTF, so the NTF can take into consideration the ground realities and why have the acts not been implemented till now?
But that's one act.
No, your lordships, there are 21 states which have the act.
No, we have referred to that in our.
Yes, your lordships.
But can we issue those directions in an intervention? You must also know the rest.
Lordship,
Well,
I'll find.
While your lordships are rising, all this should not happen, Manoj. I'm sorry to say, but this shouldn't happen at all. This is-
Can you just pass it?
So you all heard the hearing, what transpired in the court today, and very, very interesting points which have come up. But to begin with, I want to just quote what Orithro, one of our viewers, had written. Orithro, if you're still there, then know this, we are reading each and every comment. Orithro wrote, what is the objective of the hearing? And I think it is one point that should make all of us think, what is the objective of the hearing? And honestly speaking, it is worth a question that needs an answer. What is the objective of this hearing in the Supreme Court? The objective of the hearing is to get clarity as far as CBI investigation is concerned. Is the objective to send doctors back to duty? Is the objective to do justice, because for the past 31 days, today is 9th of September, so for the past 31 days, the chorus which had only been growing louder, we want justice, we want justice, we want justice, we want justice for the bereaved family, we want justice for the fallen doctor, we want stronger laws, we want stringent punishment, we want a safer environment, we want to reclaim the night, we want to be sure that the night, the day, the morning, everything belongs to one and all. There is freedom of expression. But the centrifugal point essentially had been that we want justice for the victim, for the woman who is no more, for the doctor who has been killed, and how brutally. Well, the matter was suo motu picked up by Supreme Court on 20th of August. It was heard on 22nd of August. CBI had filed their first status report on 22nd of August. CBI has filed another report today as far as progress in the investigation is concerned. And CBI has now been asked to file another report by Tuesday, by coming Tuesday, which means by coming Tuesday, Supreme Court has asked CBI to file another status report to indicate the larger aspect of the investigation, where is it headed, the allegations which are there, whether they have received all the evidences or not, whether they have received CV footage pertaining to that intervening night, and of course, after Sanjay Roy, the main accused, had left the hospital premises, whether they are in possession of the CCTV footage post the exit of Sanjay Roy from the hospital, because that would also indicate as whether people have gone inside the seminar room, if they have tried destroying the evidences before the body was first spotted. So all these questions came up, and very essentially, Orithro, one of our viewers, had asked this question: what is the objective of the hearing? Well, it is not really clear at this point what is the objective of the hearing, because, and even in clarity, without criticizing the Supreme Court, we cannot really criticize the Supreme Court. It seems like there are too many things coming up before the Supreme Court that is only creating a lot of confusion in essentially understanding what is the objective of this hearing. Is the objective of the hearing to bring the investigation on a track? Is the objective of the hearing to ensure that Supreme Court is overseeing the entire investigation? Is the objective of the hearing to also ensure that there is there is proper law and order when the protest rallies are coming out? Is the objective of the hearing to ensure environment for the doctors? Because at this juncture, and especially after today, the hearing which started by 10:45 and which lasted till 1:05 for over 2 hours, for over 2 hours, it is certainly not clear as what was the objective. Yes, but there are certain takeaways. Takeaway number one, as one of our viewer has just said, Divya Patani, Tamal, you are missing out the point that Supreme Court actually told the doctors to resume duty. If you can put out that comment on the screen. Yes, that's one of the biggest takeaways from hearing today. The Supreme Court has clearly asked the junior protesting doctors to get back to work by 5 p.m. tomorrow. By 5 p.m. tomorrow, the protesting junior doctors have been asked to get back to work. If they get back to work, then there will not be any adverse action taken against them by state or by anyone. If they do not get back to work by tomorrow, then the Supreme Court will not interfere with any disciplinary action initiated by the authority. Now, who are the authorities here? The medical college, which itself is a government or government hospital, and it comes under the state government health ministry. So either the medical college or the health ministry, health department initiating any disciplinary action against junior doctors, if they do not resume work, in that case, the Supreme Court will not be interfering into that process post 5 p.m. If they resume their duties by 5 p.m. tomorrow, then the Supreme Court has clearly said that no one should take any adverse action against them, which means no salary cut, not being marked as absent, and no pay cut, and at the same time no disciplinary action. The Supreme Court clearly said that there should not be any action even punitive transfers should be done if they resume work, because the apprehension which has been put before the Supreme Court that look, the doctors have been protesting and they have been identified, they are facing a lot of threats, and they have been subjected to a lot of threats. So they are asking for a safer environment, a more conducive environment, to which the Supreme Court clearly said they need to resume duty by tomorrow 5 p.m. If they do, no adverse action should be taken. No punitive transfers and other action would be followed, and they would be allowed to work. At the same time, the Supreme Court has also given a clear guideline that the task force of the state government should ensure, mind it, should ensure, the task force which has already been created, they should ensure the safety of the doctors. Now, there are superintendent of police, there are police commissioners, there are so many police officers, and especially at RG you have the CISA posting. So the Supreme Court is saying that the doctors' security should not be compromised with, their demands should be met, CCTV cameras installation, elimination of areas which are, all those things should happen, but at the same time, the doctors should resume work. And if I can just read out what the Supreme Court said, the Supreme Court clearly said, and I've just put out, okay, you cannot say, because people from junior doctors, the Junior Doctors Council said that no, it is not like we are not working, they're senior doctors who are attending to patients. There is a confusion, to which the Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, clearly said that you cannot say that others are working so we don't need to work. That's what the Supreme Court said. And mind you, on 22nd of August, when Supreme Court was made aware that doctors across the country had been protesting, the Supreme Court, without making it part of any order, had appealed that doctors should resume their work, and they are in charge of this matter, and their intervention has happened. So let that be trusted. Even though doctors from other parts of the country, be it Delhi, be it in other parts of the country where people had erupted in protest, they had resumed their work in conditionalities put out by Supreme Court. The junior doctors in Kolkata did not resume their work. The defense of the junior doctors had been that, look, we are not attending to our work, we are doing our job, we are running these teleservices in Kolkata named Abhaya Teleservices, attending to patients over phone. Look, we are giving this kind of services. Today, the Supreme Court has made it part of the order. And this is the first time. This is the first time since the agitation broke out, Supreme Court, aware of the case, in charge of the case, had made it officially part of the order. The Supreme Court officially made it part of the order, clearly saying that you have to get back to work. If you don't get back to work, don't come back to us if there is any adverse action taken against you by the appropriate authority. So you cannot say that others are working so you don't need to work. That's exactly what Supreme Court said. Supreme Court also said that no adverse action will be taken if they resume work by tomorrow 5 p.m. If they don't, we cannot stop any disciplinary action against them. We want the doctors to resume work. They are in a job of rendering services. They should attend to patients. No action, including punitive transfers, will be taken against doctors who resume work. So this is exactly what the Supreme Court said. Now, this possibly is the biggest takeaway, as one of our viewers had rightly pointed it out. This is the biggest takeaway from from the hearing today. What is the other important point? The state government which had been at the receiving end or under the scanner, and especially after the how the investigation has been handled by Kolkata police, interestingly had successfully put forth two very important points. Number one, doctors not resuming work. Number two, there are protests happening all across the place, which is in a way setting up a wrong precedent. Protests happening without police permission, protests happening without taking sanction from police about the Sikh route. That too has been considered because Supreme Court clearly said that while the state should not be unleashing its power on peaceful protesters, the Supreme Court today said that we have never come in the way of the state and the state's way of handling the discipline, that protesters will have to take necessary permission and that protesters will have to take appropriate orders. So yes, the Supreme Court in a way had made two things clear for the state. Number one, the doctors will have to resume to work. Number two, protesters can take out their protest, but the police will be informed. Their permission has to be taken. So both things coming in the order, I think it will be a shot in the arm for the state. Now today, my other observation is, the other observation is that the state government today, possibly for the first time, has adopted this aggressive position. So far as the doctors' protest and the other protests are concerned, the state government had maintained that yes, everybody has the right to protest and we are absolutely with them. Be it Mamata Banerjee, the state chief minister, be it the National General Secretary Abhishek Banerjee, they have taken out multiple posts on social media saying that they are absolutely with the protesters and they have all the right to protest and there is no harm in protesting, that this is an emotive issue. Everything said and done, they have never really taken this position where the state government today has clearly highlighted that 23 people have died. Now, 23 people have died because of the ongoing agitation by doctors. Now, this is for the first time when they are putting out such a number, in a way, directly or indirectly holding the agitation responsible for the death of people. This, many would say, is an aggressive posturing on behalf of the state government, and that too for the first time in almost a month now. After the incident came to the fore involving the second year PGT doctor of Arjikar Medical College and Hospital, the 31-year-old doctor. So obviously, the after the incident happened, and the doctors' protest broke out, the position of the state government more or less had been that okay, doctors should resume their work. We are requesting them. We are with you. We understand your emotions. Everything said and done. They have not really aggressively taken any stand against the protesting doctors. But today, as Kapil Sibbal on behalf of the state government and behalf of the police had mentioned that 23 people have died, it is clearly an indication, it's clearly an indication that as far as the protests are concerned, the strike of the junior doctors are concerned, which has also led to many people not being attended or attended to, has led to a situation where 23 people have died according to the state government. That many would say is for the first time. It's an aggressive positioning taken by the state against the protest and saying that you want to continue with the protest, continue, but attend to the doctors. And that, in a way, has received some amount of validation from the Supreme Court, as Supreme Court clearly today said that please resume work. Previously, we have requested resume work, but today we are saying that if you do not resume work, then we cannot stop any disciplinary action being taken against you in the future. So doctors have now been asked to resume work by 5 p.m. tomorrow, and if you don't, then we can't stop police from we can't stop, not police, we can't stop any disciplinary action being taken against you. So that's what. All right. All right, Titash, the state chief minister, Mamata Banerjee's administrative meeting has already started. She is also speaking. If you can just pull in the source and see if she is talking something on the RG core matter, then we can actually cut to that live. All right. Now going back to the other takeaways, All right. Very important. As far as the investigation is concerned, viewers, there is no clarity what CBI has found so far. Going back to the matter, essentially, we are not really sure what the investigation has found so far. Once again, the CBI report has been given in a sealed envelope to the court, and another status report has been sought from the CBI by coming Tuesday. So essentially, we do not know what investigation has happened so far, which way the investigation is going. Yes, last time, that is on 22nd of August, the CBI, the state had filed a status report, and in that status report, on the basis of that status report, the Supreme Court had this time asked a couple of questions to the state government, and those questions are: what time was the post-mortem done? Okay, what time was the GD done, the general done? What time was the UD case registered, the first unidentified death case registered? Unnatural death, beg your pardon. What time was the inquest report done? And the CCTV shows that the accused enter and leave the hospital corridor. Was the entire CCTV footage handed over to CBI? Is there also CCTV recording of the hospital corridor after the exit of Sanjay Roy, the principal accused who has been arrested so far, and the only accused who has been arrested so far? And what time was the seizure done? Was the entire footage given to CBI? What happened to the forensic examination report? So all these questions have been raised before the state government. All these questions have been raised before the state government, and the state government is saying they have followed the procedure and nothing unorderly had been done. But there is one thing that the state could not file, and it was asked, as procedure says that post-mortem cannot happen in the evening, and that is what was highlighted, and to which the court inquired that when you send a body for post-mortem, there is a challan which is given to the doctor, a challan which would essentially indicate along with the body what all other articles are sent to the doctors who would be conducting the post-mortem, because the allegation is that the post-mortem has happened at night after 6 p.m., which is against the procedure. And if you have to do a post-mortem, then you have to, after 6 p.m., then you have to follow a procedure which also included necessary sanction coming in from the commissioner of police or an officer of that rank, and also taking in necessary orders from other appropriate authorities. Now, why was the post-mortem done after 6 p.m.? Whether it indicated any kind of a haste, it's something which has been questioned before the court by Advocate Firoz, and he was there inside the Supreme Court today. Now, to which the Supreme Court inquired, what was the challan sent to the doctor who would be conducting the post-mortem report? Is there part of the case diary? Because the CBI says it is not there. Kapil Sibal also said they cannot find it now, we'll be giving it later. But Advocate Firoz Idulji said that it was there when the matter came up before the High Court. So it would be very interesting to see whether the challan is there actually, the challan was given to CBI as part of the case diary, and whether the challan would also indicate along with the body what other articles have been sent. Because whether articles included the pair of jeans, undergarments and other articles, because the procedure says when you conduct a post-mortem, you also go through the articles sent, and they all put together seized are then being sent back, and everything would find a mention in the post-mortem. The fact that they do not find a mention in the post-mortem report is where lies the genesis of the confusion and the suspicion, as there have been any wrongs done. So at this juncture, that's where the matter stays. We believe the Supreme Court would be coming back after the lunch, and you have to wait whether the Supreme Court hears the matter once again, because the Supreme Court has risen up for lunch, and the Supreme Court now has given 3 specific orders. Number 1, Supreme Court has to, the CBI has to file a status report, an updated status report by coming Tuesday. Number 2, the doctors, the junior doctors have to resume work.
এটা রাজস্থানে হয় না, এটা
The
দিল্লিতে হয়
junior
না।
doctors will have to
তাদের
resume
মুখ
work
বন্ধ
by
করে দেওয়া
tomorrow.
হয়েছে। আর এখানে যত আন্দোলন হয়েছে উইদাউট পারমিশন,
All right, Titash, the Chief Minister is speaking.
পারমিশন পর্যন্ত নেই।
Let's cut to her live.
কি যে তোমাদের বলেছিল রেকর্ড করে রাখতে, ভিডিওগ্রাফ করে রাখতে, সেগুলো তোমরা করে রাখবে, যেগুলো তোমাদের নির্দেশ দিয়েছে সুপ্রিম কোর্ট। কিন্তু আমি এখনো মনে করি সুপ্রিম কোর্টও ডাক্তারদের রিকোয়েস্ট করেছে জুনিয়রদের কাজে জয়েন করার জন্য। আমিও ওই মিটিং থেকে রিকোয়েস্ট করব, দয়া করে আপনারা কাজে যোগদান করুন। যদি মনে করেন আপনাদের কিছু বলার আছে, ইউ আর অলওয়েজ ওয়েলকাম। আপনারা 5 জন 10 জনের একটা টিম নিয়ে আসুন, আমি কথা বলতে পারি। আমার হেলথ সেক্রেটারিকে আমি পাঠিয়েছিলাম আপনাদের সাথে কথা বলতে। আপনারা স্বাস্থ্য ভবনে গেছিলেন, স্বাস্থ্য ভবনে গিয়ে আপনারা 3-4টে ডিমান্ড করে এসেছিলেন, সব কটা ডিমান্ড মানা হয়েছে। আপনারা বলেছিলেন প্রিন্সিপাল চেঞ্জ করো, হেড অফ দ্য ডিপার্টমেন্ট চেঞ্জ করো, আপনারা বলেছিলেন যে এমএসভিপি আছে চেঞ্জ করো, অ্যাসিস্ট্যান্ট সুপারকে চেঞ্জ করো। 4টের মধ্যে 4টেই মেনে নেওয়া হয়েছে, সেই দিনই সঙ্গে সঙ্গে জানিয়েও দেওয়া হয়েছে। এছাড়াও আমাদের কাছে কমপ্লেন ডাইরেক্ট আসেনি, ইনডিরেক্ট যতটা শুনেছি, তার মধ্যে 2 জনকে আমরা ইতিমধ্যেই সাসপেন্ড করেছি। কলকাতা পুলিশ কেস হাতে পেয়েছিল মাত্র 72 ঘন্টা, তার মধ্যে 24 ঘন্টা চলে গেছে। 24 ঘন্টা কেন বলবো, হ্যাঁ 24 ঘন্টা তো বটেই চলে গেছে পোস্টমর্টেম এবং ক্রিমেশনের প্রসেস করতে। জুডিশিয়াল ম্যাজিস্ট্রেট ডাকা হয়েছে পোস্টমর্টেমে, ভিডিওগ্রাফ করা হয়েছে। আমি নিজের আস্তে আস্তে আমি ঝাড়গ্রামে ছিলাম, আমি তক্ষুনি স্টার্ট করি। তার বাবা মার সাথেও কথা হয় আমার। তার একদিন বাদে পুলিশ কি করেছে 24 ঘন্টার মধ্যে, 12 ঘন্টার মধ্যে দোষীকে গ্রেপ্তার করে। ওইটুকু সময়ের মধ্যে যতটুকু ইনভেস্টিগেশন করার সুযোগ পেয়েছে। এবং আমি যতটুকু জানি সিপি নিজে, যিনি ডিডির দায়িত্বে আছেন মুরলি, তাকে তার বাবা মার কাছে পাঠান এবং ভিডিওগ্রাফি সিসিটিভি ফুটেজ সব দেখান, যাতে তারা বুঝতে পারে তদন্ত কোন পর্যায়ে আছে। কারণ তদন্ত চলাকালীন সবটা বাইরে বলা যায় না। যেমন যিনি অত্যাচারিত হয়েছেন তার মুখ টিভিতে দেখানো যায় না, তার নাম বলা যায় না, তেমনি তদন্তের রিপোর্টও বলা যায় না। তার পরের দিন আমি তাদের বাড়িতে যাই। উনি মারা গেছে ও শুক্রবার, রবিবার সম্ভবত ওদের কাজ ছিল বা কিছু একটা, যেটুকু থাকে ক্রিয়াকর্ম বা কিছু একটা। আমি ইচ্ছা করে সেদিন ডিস্টার্ব করিনি পরিবারকে। মুরলি গেছিল রিপোর্ট দিতে বিকেলে। সোমবার দিন সম্ভবত আমি তাদের বাড়িতে গিয়েছিলাম, মোস্ট প্রবাবলি সোমবার, মঙ্গলবার হতে পারে, বাট আমার মনে হচ্ছে সোমবার। সোমবার দিন গিয়ে আমি ডিটেলস তাদের জানাই, বাবা মাকে, সাথে আমার সিপিকেও নিয়ে যাই এবং আমি তাদের কি অভিযোগ আছে সবটা সিপিকে রেকর্ড করতে বলি। আর অনেকে বলে বেড়াচ্ছে না আমি টাকার কথা বলেছি, আমি মোটেই বলিনি। আমাকে প্রমাণ দেখা, কোথাও আমি টাকার কথা বলেছি, মেনশন করেছি? মিথ্যে কথা, কুৎসা, অপপ্রচার, চক্রান্ত। সেদিনের ভিডিওগ্রাফ প্রত্যেকে আমি নিচে নামার পরে প্রেস করেছিলেন, প্রেস কনফারেন্সে প্রেসের সাংবাদিকরা ছিলেন, আমার সাথে সিপি ছিল। এবং আমার পরে আবার তার বাবা মাকেও আপনারা জিজ্ঞেস করেছিলেন, সে রেকর্ডও আমাদের কাছে আছে। আমি কি বলেছিলাম তার আগে আপনাদের মনে রাখতে হবে, আমি যেদিন যাই তার আগের দিন রেসিডেন্সিয়াল ডক্টর ফোরাম একটা অফিসিয়াল স্টেটমেন্ট করেছিল। তার 3 নম্বর পয়েন্টে লেখা ছিল adequate compensation to the victim's family। আমি চিঠিটা আপনাদের পড়েও শোনাতে পারি, ভাববেন না আমি এমনি কথা বলি। মনোজ, তোমাকে আমি চিঠিটা ফরওয়ার্ড করেছি, তুমি এটা পড়ে শোনাও তো কি লিখেছিল। রেসিডেন্সিয়াল ডক্টরসদের কি ডিমান্ড ছিল আমি যেদিন যাই তার আগের দিন।
ম্যাডাম, এটা 11 তারিখে চিঠি আছে রেজিডেন্ট ডক্টরস অ্যাসোসিয়েশন তরফ থেকে, অফিসিয়াল স্টেটমেন্ট। এখানে ডিমান্ডস দিয়ে প্রথম ডিমান্ড হচ্ছে ইমিডিয়েট জুডিশিয়াল ইনকোয়ারি অফ দ্য কেস অ্যান্ড অ্যারেস্ট অফ দ্য কালপ্রিটস উইথ প্রপার এভিডেন্স অ্যান্ড ক্যাপিটাল পানিশমেন্ট ফর দ্য কালপ্রিটস। The relevant evidences including CCTV footage and post-mortem reports should be shared with the committee representatives of protesting resident doctors. সেকেন্ড ডিমান্ড ছিল রিটার্ন অ্যাপোলজি এন্ড রেজিগনেশন অফ হায়ার অথরিটিজ প্রিন্সিপাল এমএসএপি ওদের মধ্যে অনেক chest medicine HOD and on duty ACP of Arjikar Medical College Police Outpost within 12 hours. Third demand chilo immediate announcement of adequate compensation for the family of the victim. Fourth
হ্যাঁ,
demand.
বাস, এটা রেখে দাও।
জি ma'am.
এই জন্য আপনাদের শোনালাম যে ওরাই একটা ডিমান্ড করেছিল। তাছাড়াও গভর্নমেন্টের একটা সুপ্রিম কোর্টেরই নির্দেশ আছে যে এই ধরনের ভিকটিমসদের একটা হেল্প করার, কিন্তু তাও আমি বলিনি। আমি বাবা মাকে যেটা বলেছিলাম অন রেকর্ড, যেটা আমি বাইরেও বলেছিলাম, যে দেখুন মৃত্যুর বিকল্প টাকা হয় না। আপনারা খুবই মর্মাহত, আমরাও মর্মাহত, কিন্তু যদি কোনোদিন মনে করেন আপনার মেয়ের স্মারক মানে মেমারির জন্য কোনো ভালো কাজ করবেন, আমাকে বলবেন, আমাদের গভর্নমেন্ট আপনার পাশে আছে। নাথিং এলস। আমি জানি কোনটা কখন বলতে হয়, এবং একই কথা আমি কিন্তু অফিসিয়ালি প্রেসকেও বলেছিলাম। তা সত্ত্বেও যারা কুৎসা করে বেড়াচ্ছেন, আই এম সরি, তারা কি চায়? বিচার চায়, না বিচারের নামে কেসটাকে ঝুলিয়ে দিতে চায়? কি চায়? আমাদের পুলিশ তো 1 বছরের মধ্যে মাটিগাড়ায় একটা কেসে ক্যাপিটাল পানিশমেন্ট করেছে। আমরা কামদুনিটাও ক্যাপিটাল পানিশমেন্ট করেছিলাম, কিন্তু এখানে কোর্ট বড় ব্যাপার পালন করেন। হাইকোর্ট কিন্তু তাদের দুজনকে বাদ দিয়ে লাইফ সেন্টেন্স করে দিয়েছিল। এখন আবার লাইফ সেন্টেন্স হলে আবার কোর্ট থেকেই রেকমেন্ডেশন আসে তাদের ছেড়ে দেওয়ার জন্য। আজকে আমার কাছে একটি কেস এসেছিল, আমি বলছি এখন আমি করতে পারবো না। তার কারণ হচ্ছে আমরা অলরেডি পাস করেছি যে এই ধরনের কেস আমি করতে পারবো না। আমরাও বন্দি মুক্তি চাই, আমরা 700-1500 ওপর লোককে মুক্তি দিয়েছি, কিন্তু দেয়ার ইজ এ লিমিট ফর কেস টু কেস বেসিস। কখনো আপনি বলবেন করা যাবে না, কখনো বলবেন করা যাবে, কোনটা মানব? আজকে পুলিশের পারমিশন নেওয়া হচ্ছে না, দুর্ভাগ্যবশত কেউ কেউ ওপরতলা থেকে পারমিশন করে দিচ্ছে। বিচারের বাণী নীরবে নিভৃতে কাঁদছে। কেন? পুলিশ দেখবে না ল অ্যান্ড অর্ডার প্রবলেম হতে পারে। ভাগ্যিস কদিন পুলিশ সামলেছে, শান্তিপূর্ণ মার খেয়েছে, নিজেদের রক্ত দিয়েছে, কিন্তু তবুও কারো রক্ত নেয়নি। আমি এটা ওদের অ্যাপ্রিসিয়েট করি। সাথে সাথে আপনাদেরও বোঝা উচিত সবার, পুলিশও কিন্তু আপনাদের সারাক্ষণ পাহারা দেয়। তারাও কিন্তু আপনাদের মতো মানবিক জীব, মানুষ। তারাও কিন্তু মানবিক মানুষ, তাদেরও সংসার আছে, তাদের পরিবার আছে। যাকে পাচ্ছেন তাকে নিয়ে যা ইচ্ছে তাই বলে যাচ্ছেন কেউ কেউ। একবারও ভাববেন না আপনার পরিবারকে তুলে যদি কেউ এই কথা বলে তাহলে আপনার কি হবে? আপনার মানসিকতা কি হবে? কলকাতা পুলিশ কমিশনার আমার কাছে নিজে এসেছে অনেকবার পদত্যাগ করার জন্য, গত 7 দিন আগে। সামনে পুজো, আপনারা এবার আমায় বলুন, ল অ্যান্ড অর্ডার লোকটাকে তো জানতে হবে যে থাকবে কোন পাড়ায় কোন পুজো হচ্ছে, পুজো কমিটিগুলো কি থিম করছে, কোথায় কি পুলিশ পোস্টিং আছে। এটা পুজোর সময়, কিছুদিন ধৈর্য ধরলে কি মহাভারত অশুদ্ধ হয়। আপনারা ঠিক করবেন সবাইকে চেঞ্জ করতে হবে। যতটা বলছেন, যতটা পারছি আমরা করছি। আপনি আমাকে 10টা ডিমান্ড দিতে পারেন, আমি 5টা করতে পারি, 5টা নাও করতে পারি। আমি তো অলরেডি ইতিমধ্যে অনেকগুলো করে দিয়েছি। কাজেই আপনাদের আমরা বলছি, পুলিশ ইভেন্ট সেদিন সঙ্গে সঙ্গে যেই কোর্ট নির্দেশ দিয়েছে সিবিআই, সব কাগজপত্র, ভিডিও রেকর্ডিং, এমনকি ডিএনএ টেস্ট সহ রিপোর্ট সহ সবকিছু হ্যান্ডওভার করেছে। আমাকে আপনারা বলছেন হোম মিনিস্ট্রি থেকে একটা চিঠি লিখলো সিআইএসএফ কে জায়গা দাও। আমি ববিকে পাঠিয়ে ইন্দিরা হসপিটালের 30 বেডেড হসপিটাল এবং একটা প্রাইমারি স্কুল কর্পোরেশনের সেই দুটোকে দিলাম। তারপরেও আপনারা যদি রোজ বলেন, বলছে এখন কমিউনিটি হলগুলো আমাদের দিয়ে দাও, তাহলে এলাকায় এলাকায় যে মানুষগুলো বিয়ে, শ্রাদ্ধ, পৈতে, পুজো, উৎসবের নামে এটা করা হয়েছে কমিউনিটি মানে এলাকার কমিউনিটির জন্য, তারা কোথায় যাবে? নিশ্চয়ই জায়গা খুঁজে দিন। আরজি করের পাশে আরো যদি জায়গা চায়, আরজি করের পাশে যে জায়গাটা পড়ে আছে, আমি সিএসকে বলবো ডেকোরেটর ডেকে আনুন, আজকাল সবকিছু হয়ে যায় খুব তাড়াতাড়ি। করে দিন, তক্তা পেতে দিন, খাট পেতে দিন, বাথরুম ওয়াশরুমগুলো করে দিন। কিন্তু আপনি যদি একটা কনজেস্টেড এরিয়ায় আমাকে বলেন 2 ঘন্টার মধ্যে জায়গা খুঁজে দিতে হবে, হাউ ইজ ইট পসিবল? যে জায়গাটা আরজিকর হসপিটাল, সেই জায়গাটা ভীষণ কনজেস্টেড, আর যদি সেই জায়গাটা না করতে পারেন তাহলে আপনাদের পুলিশের যে ব্যারাক আছে বিভিন্ন জায়গায় যেখানে অ্যাভেলেবেল, দরকার হলে আপনি বাস অ্যারেঞ্জমেন্ট করে দিন, বাস তাদের তুলে নিয়ে আসবে, বাস তাদের পৌঁছে দেবে। তারা আর কি চায়? জামা কাপড় চাইলে দিয়ে দিন, খাবার দাবার চাইলে দিয়ে দিন, আর কি কি দেওয়ার আছে? আপনারা যদি কাউকে পাঠানো, দায়িত্বটা তো সেন্ট্রাল গভর্নমেন্টকে নিতে হবে, সবটাই স্টেট গভর্নমেন্টের উপর আপনারা চাপিয়ে দেবেন আর মিথ্যে কথা বলবেন আমরা দিইনি, এটা ঠিক নয়, আমরা 3টি জায়গা দিয়েছি। কিন্তু আপনি যদি রোজ সংখ্যা বাড়ান বাংলাটাকে গ্রাস করবার জন্য, পুলিশের হাত থেকে সবটাই কেড়ে নিতে চান রাজ্য সরকারকে, কেন্দ্রীয় সরকারের এর মধ্যে পুরো চক্রান্ত আছে। আমি কোর্টকে কোনো ব্যাপারে একটি কমেন্টস করব না, বিকজ উই আর বাউন্ড টু অ্যাকসেপ্ট দ্য কোর্ট ভার্ডিক্ট। কিন্তু মনে রাখবেন কেন্দ্রীয় সরকারের সম্পূর্ণ চক্রান্ত আছে এবং আরো কয়েকটা লেফট পার্টি, দে আর অলসো ইনভলভ ইন দিস কনস্পিরেসি। যাদের মানুষের কাছে যাবার ক্ষমতা নেই, যেহেতু আমরা কিছু পাল্টা করছি না, একতরফা হয়ে যাচ্ছে। রাতের বেলায় পুজোর সময় পুলিশ রাত জেগে পাহাড় দেয়, কোনো দুর্ঘটনা ঘটলে পাহাড় দেয়, দাঙ্গা হলে পাহাড় দেয়, দুর্যোগ হলে পাহাড় দেয়। কিন্তু প্রতিদিন রাতে আপনারা যদি রাস্তায় থেকে, অনেক মানুষ তো ডিস্টার্ব হয়, অনেক এলাকায় অনেক বয়স্ক মানুষ আছে, মাইক লাগালে তাদের ঘুমের অসুবিধেও হয়, যার জন্য নিয়মও আছে পলিউশন কন্ট্রোল বোর্ডের, 10টার পর মাইক বাজানো যাবে না, বা এত স্পিডে মাইক বাজাবেন তার বেশি বাজানো যাবে না। তা সত্ত্বেও আমরা সব ছেড়ে দিয়েছি। 1 মাস তো হয়ে গেল, আজকে 9 তারিখ, 1 মাস 1 দিন, 31শে মাস গেছে। আমি অনুরোধ করব পুজোতে ফিরে আসুন, উৎসবে ফিরে আসুন, আর সিবিআইকে বলবো তাড়াতাড়ি বিচারের ব্যবস্থা করুন। এটা তো এখন আপনাদের হাতে, আমাদের হাতে নেই। এখন সাজা পুরো সিবিআই এর হাতে। আসল কেসটা করুন। আসল কেসটা হচ্ছে যে ভিকটিমস তার পরিবারকে বিচার দিন, যে নির্যাতিতা তার পরিবারকে বিচার দিন, এবং এই বিচার তো সিবিআই কোর্টে হবে, আমাদের কোর্টে তো নয়। সুতরাং আপনারা ফাস্ট ট্র্যাক কোর্টে বিচার করে তাড়াতাড়ি ব্যবস্থা নিন। বাংলার নামে বদনাম করা হচ্ছে সারা পৃথিবীতে। একটা হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ গ্রুপ জুটেছে, যারা এখান থেকে পড়াশোনা করে খেয়ে দিয়ে মানুষ হয়ে বাইরে গেছেন, তারা গিয়ে বাংলার বদনাম করছে একতরফা, ওয়ান সাইডেড কথা শুনে ওদের। তারা তো বোথ সাইড শুনতে পাচ্ছেন না, ইউনিল্যাটারালি, ওয়ান সাইডেড। তাদের বোঝা উচিত বাংলাদেশের পরে আপনারা এই সুযোগটা নিচ্ছেন। তো বাংলাদেশ আলাদা রাষ্ট্র, আমরা তাদের ভালোবাসি, সম্মান করি, তাদের ভাষাকে সম্মান করি। ইন্ডিয়া আলাদা রাষ্ট্র। এই দুটো আপনারা কিন্তু মাথায় রাখতে ভুলে গেছেন। এখানে বাংলাদেশ হবে না, কারণ বাংলাদেশেই বাংলাদেশ হয়। বাংলাদেশটা আসল একটা অন্য রাষ্ট্র, তাদের আমরা সম্মান করি, ভালোবাসি, আমরা একই ভাষায় কথা বলি। আজকে বাংলা ভাষায় কথা বলে বলে উড়িষ্যা থেকে সব প্রবাসীদের আপনারা মেরে তাড়িয়ে দিচ্ছেন। সংখ্যালঘু হবার অপরাধে আপনারা উজ্জয়িনী থেকে শুরু করে মধ্যপ্রদেশ, রাজস্থান থেকে শুরু করে, হরিয়ানা থেকে শুরু করে, উত্তরপ্রদেশ থেকে শুরু করেন, আমাদের 20,000 পরিযায়ী শ্রমিককে আপনারা রাজ্য থেকে তাড়িয়ে দিয়েছেন এবং 3 জনকে খুন করেছেন। আমাদের এখানেও কিন্তু 1.5 কোটি পরিযায়ী শ্রমিক কাজ করে অন্যান্য রাজ্যের। মনে রাখবেন, আমরা কিন্তু তাদের ডিস্টার্ব করি না, তার কারণ আমাদের সেখানে মানবিকতায় স্থান পায়। উড়িষ্যাতে সবচেয়ে বেশি, পুরীতে আমাদের লোকেরা যায়। উড়িষ্যায় ট্যুরিজম, বাংলার ট্যুরিজম উড়িষ্যাকে ডেভেলপ করে। জগন্নাথ, জয় জগন্নাথ করতে সবাই যায়। উড়িষ্যা থেকে আমার কাছে খবর এলো সব লোকেদের মেরেছে এবং চলে এসছে। কারণ আমাদের এখন একটা পরিযায়ী শ্রমিকদের একটা অ্যাপ আছে। আমি তারপরে নিজে চিফ মিনিস্টারকে বললাম, আপনার রাজ্যে কেন এটা হচ্ছে? আমাদের তো সবচেয়ে বেশি লোক উড়িষ্যায় যায়, বাংলায় কথা বললেই তাকে মারধর করা হচ্ছে। এটা কি? বিজেপি রাজ্যগুলোতে এগুলো হয়, জেনে রাখুন, তখন কোনো বিচার হয় না। আর বাংলায় একটা ঘটনা ঘটলেও সেটা দুর্ভাগ্যজনক, আমরা একটি লোকও তাকে সমর্থন করি না, চুপচাপ আছি, নীরবে বেদনা সহ্য করছি। পুলিশকে অ্যাকশন নিতে বারণ করেছি, কিন্তু দয়া করে পরিষেবাটা দিন। ইতিমধ্যে 7 লক্ষ লোক যারা, আমি নারায়ণকে একটা রিপোর্ট দিতে বলবো, হেলথ সেক্রেটারি, আমি দেওয়ার থেকে তার দেওয়া বেটার।
ম্যাডাম, ইতিমধ্যে যে চলছে আমাদের আউটডোর পেশেন্টে প্রায় 7 লাখ পেশেন্ট পরিষেবা যাদের পাওয়ার কথা তারা পেতে পারেনি। ইনডোর অ্যাডমিশন আমাদের প্রায় 70,000 রোগীকে আমরা দিতে পারিনি। অনেক 7,000-এর বেশি সার্জারি, যেটা প্ল্যান্ড সার্জারি ছিল, সেগুলোকে ডিফার করতে হয়েছে। 1,500-এর বেশি মানুষকে, যেটা কার্ডিওলজিতে আমাদের ক্যাথ ল্যাবগুলোতে ট্রিটমেন্ট হয়, সেটা দিতে পারিনি। এই ছাড়া ম্যাডাম আমাদের বেশ কয়েকটা ডেথও হয়েছে, যেটা আমরা কয়েকটা মিডিয়া রিপোর্ট থেকে আর বিভিন্ন সোর্স থেকে পেয়েছি। প্রায় 21, 22, 23টি আমরা ডেথ রিপোর্ট
আজ
অলরেডি,
পর্যন্ত 23টা হয়েছে,
23টি আমরা
প্লাস তোমার ধরো হসপিটালে এসছে কিন্তু ফিরে গিয়ে ট্রিটমেন্ট পায়নি, বাড়িতে মারা গেছে, সেই কেসগুলো বুথ লেভেল থেকে খোঁজ নাও।
ইয়েস ম্যাডাম, সেগুলো ক্ষেত্রে মেলে কিন্তু পুরোপুরি কেন আমাদের প্রায় অনেকগুলো রেজিডেন্ট ডক্টর আমাদের ব্যাকবোন মতো কাজ করে, সিনিয়র ডক্টররা আপ্রাণ কাজ করে যাচ্ছেন, কিন্তু প্রবলেমটা অনেক বেশি আকারে এখন নিচ্ছে ম্যাডাম। থ্যাংক ইউ ম্যাডাম।
ঠিক আছে, আজকে সুপ্রিম কোর্ট বলেছে, আশা করি তারা যদি মনে করেন তারা কথা বলে এটাকে শর্ট আউট করবেন, ইজ ওকে।
থ্যাংক ইউ ম্যাডাম।
যাই হোক,
দিদি অর্ডার হয়েছে।
সিএমওএইচ আমি জানি, সিএমওএইচ বিএমওএইচ যারা আছেন
ইয়েস ম্যাডাম।
তাদের সকলকে বলো অ্যাক্টিভেট করতে হসপিটালগুলো ভালো করে,
ইয়েস ম্যাডাম।
যাতে কোনো মানুষ পরিষেবা না পেয়ে মারা যায়, এটা লক্ষ্য রাখতে হবে।
ইয়েস ম্যাডাম।
ইভেন কয়েকটা প্রাইভেট হসপিটাল, আমি শুধু অর্ডার সিটি দেখলাম সেদিনকে, 4টে নাম আমার কাছে আছে। পুলিশের একজন ওসি, সে তো তোমার কাছে পেশেন্ট হিসেবে গেছে, তুমি তাকে ভর্তি নাওনি। এই হাসপাতালগুলোর কথা আমাদের মনে রাখতে হবে। নারায়ণ, তোমাকে যে আমি বলেছিলাম তাদের ডেকে মিটিং করতে, তুমি করেছিলে?
ইয়েস ম্যাডাম, মিটিং হয়েছে, ওরা পুরো আমাদেরকে অ্যাসুরেন্স দিয়েছে। আর
কিন্তু
পুলিশের,
যারা করেছিল, রিফিউজ করেছিল, তাদের বিরুদ্ধে কি অ্যাকশন হয়েছে? তারা তো টাকা নিয়ে করছে। আজকে তুমি যে আমাকে রিপোর্ট দিয়েছো, তার থেকে আমি জানতে পারছি অনেকে এখানে কাজ করছে না, কিন্তু প্রাইভেট হসপিটালে গিয়ে কাজ করছে। ইজ ইট নট এ ফ্যাক্ট?
ইয়েস ম্যাডাম, এটা ফ্যাক্ট আছে। আমরা ব্যবস্থাগুলো নিচ্ছি ম্যাডাম, আমরা অলরেডি নামগুলো আইডেন্টিফাই করেছি।
এবং এতে কর্পোরেট বিজনেস বেড়েছে। কিন্তু ভাগ্যিস আমাদের স্বাস্থ্যসাথী কার্ডটা ছিল বলে কিছুটা পাবলিক ট্রিটমেন্ট পেয়েছে, বিকজ প্রাইভেট হসপিটালে দুটো চোখ কাটার অপারেশন করতে গেলে 2 লাখ টাকা নিয়ে নিচ্ছে। যে 5 লাখ টাকাটা তার পরিবারকে সে দিতে পারতো সারা বছরে, সেই টাকাটা একটা জায়গায় চলে যাচ্ছে। এগুলো তো মানবিক সমস্যা। সব রাজনৈতিক দলকে বুঝতে হবে, মানুষ কিন্তু রাজনীতির ঊর্ধ্বে। রোগের কিন্তু কোনো বিচার হয় না। একটা কার্ডিয়াক পেশেন্ট যদি সঙ্গে সঙ্গে ট্রিটমেন্ট না পায়, সে কিন্তু কার্ডিয়াক অ্যারেস্টে মারা যায়। যার ঘরে না হয় সে এটা বুঝতে পারে না। ক্যাথল্যাব ছিল না বলে একজন মা তার ছেলেকে কিডনি দিয়েছে, কিন্তু বাঁচাতে পারলো না, কারণ ক্যাথল্যাবটা চেঞ্জ করা হয়নি। হার্ট অ্যাটাক কখনো অপেক্ষা করে কারোর জন্য? না কিডনি ফেলিওর অপেক্ষা করে ডায়ালিসিস না করার জন্য? এই সমস্যাগুলোকে সমাধান করা দরকার। যদি নারায়ণ, তুমি তো অনেকবার গেছো, কথা বলেছো, তোমার কথায় কাজ হয়নি। তুমি ডিএমএ কেও পাঠিয়েছো, কথা বলেছো। তুমি ডিএইচএস কেও পাঠিয়েছো, কথা বলেছো।
ইয়েস ম্যাডাম।
তোমাদের কথায় ওরা পাত্তা দেয়নি।
ইয়েস ম্যাডাম।
দেখে নাও, যদি কথা বলতে চায়
ইয়েস ম্যাডাম।
তাহলে আমাকে ইনফর্ম করো।
ইয়েস ম্যাডাম।
বিনীতের সাথে ওরা ডেপুটেশন দিতে গেছে, বিনীত ওদের মিট করেছে, এবং বিনীত প্রায় 2 ঘন্টা কথা বলেছে। আমাদের গভর্নমেন্ট লেফট ফ্রন্ট গভর্নমেন্ট নয়, আমি অন রেকর্ড বলছি, সিঙ্গুর নিয়ে আমি 26 দিন হাঙ্গার স্ট্রাইকে ছিলাম কলকাতায়, একবারও তারা কেউ আমার সাথে কথা বলেনি। জেনে রাখুন, তাপসী মালিক একটা গরিবের মেয়ে, কৃষকের মেয়ে, ধর্ষিতা হয়ে খুন করা হয়েছিল লক্ষ্মী ঠাকুরের ভোগ করার উনুনে। তারও কিন্তু উপযুক্ত সাজা হয়নি, কেসটা সিবিআইয়ের কাছে ছিল। নন্দীগ্রামের 14 জনের সাজা এখনো পর্যন্ত জানি না। আরো 10 জন যারা মিসিং আছে এখনো পর্যন্ত, তারা এখনো ফিরে আসেনি। আজকে প্রায় 2008-এর ঘটনা, এটা হচ্ছে 24-16 বছর। তাদের সবাইকেই লোকাল মানুষের কথায় টেনে নিয়ে গিয়ে হলদি নদীর জলে ভাসিয়ে দেওয়া হয়েছে। তাদের ডেড বডিও কিন্তু আজও উদ্ধার হয়নি। এটা মাথায় রাখবেন। যারা আজকে বড় বড় কথা বলছেন, তাদের আমলে স্বাস্থ্য ডিপার্টমেন্টে ঘুঘুর বাসা ঢুকিয়ে রেখে গিয়েছিলেন আপনারা। সেই ঘুঘুর বাসাটা আমরা ভাঙতে পারিনি, তার কারণ আপনাদের লেফট ফ্রন্টের লোক বসে আছে, লেফটিস্ট সিপিএম এর লোক। আমি বলেছিলাম বদলা নয়, বদল চাই। তাই আজ পর্যন্ত কারো চাকরিতে হাত দিইনি, কারো বিরুদ্ধে কোনো কেস করিনি। কিন্তু এটা আমাদের দুর্বলতা ভাববেন না। আগে তো মেডিকেল কোটায় চাকরি দেওয়া হতো, লেফট ফ্রন্টের আমলে আমরা সেটা উঠিয়ে দিয়েছিলাম। আগে আলিমুদ্দিন স্ট্রিট থেকে লিস্ট আসতো, ডাক্তারবাবুদের থ্রেট করা হতো, এবং WBCS কারা হবে, WBPS কারা হবে, টোটাল লিস্ট আলিমুদ্দিন থেকে আসতো। টিচার রিক্রুটমেন্ট আলিমুদ্দিন স্ট্রিট থেকে আসতো। গণশক্তিতে যারা কাজ করে সবার বউ, কোনো ইন্টারভিউ নেয়নি, এমনিতে চাকরি দিয়ে দিয়েছে। কই আমরা তো আপনাকে আঘাত করিনি। একটা মানুষ চাকরি পেয়েছে, তাকে আমি চাকরি থেকে সরাবো কেন? আমি খেতে দিতে না পারি, আমার কারো খাবার চাকরি খাওয়ার অধিকার নেই, এটা আমি মনে করি। কিন্তু আমি দিনের পর দিন আমি লক্ষ্য করছি, একতরফাভাবে যারা নরকঙ্কাল, হাত কেটেছেন, পা কেটেছেন, মুন্ডু কেটেছেন, নরকঙ্কাল তৈরি করেছেন, তাদের মুখে বড় বড় কথা শোভা পায় না। আমি যদি স্টোরি বলতে শুরু করি, আমি 1000টা কাহিনী বলে দেবো, সুযোগ পেলে বলবো, আজকে বলবো না। কিন্তু সবাইকে জানবার জন্য, এবং যেহেতু উল্টো পাল্টা রটানো হচ্ছে, আমি মনে করি অফিসারদেরও জানা উচিত, ডেভেলপমেন্টটা মিনিস্টারদেরও জানা উচিত, ডিএমএসপিদেরও জানা উচিত। জানার অধিকার সকলের থাকা উচিত, পুলিশেরও জানা উচিত। সেই জন্য এই কথাগুলো বললাম। পুজোটা ভালো করে দেখতে হবে। স্বাস্থ্য পরিষেবাটা চালু করার জন্য যা যা করা দরকার, আমি এখনো চাই না কারো বিরুদ্ধে কোনো অ্যাকশন নিতে। আমি চাই শান্তিপূর্ণভাবে কথা বলার মাধ্যমে এটাকে সংযত কারণে মীমাংসা করতে। এছাড়াও আমি মনে করি মার্কেট প্রাইস পুজোর সময় অনেক সময় প্রাইস হাইক বেড়ে যায়, সেটা লক্ষ্য রাখতে হবে। হঠাৎ করে কোনো উৎসব হলেই তখন ওদের বেশি করে বাড়িয়ে দিতে হয়, সেটা যেন মনিটরিং হয়। আমি সিএসকে অনুরোধ করব, যে টাস্ক ফোর্সটা আমাদের আছে রিগার্ডিং মার্কেট প্রাইস, সেটাকে পুজোর আগে নিয়ে বসতে। আলু ব্যবসায়ীদের অলরেডি আমরা 1 লক্ষ আলু, 2 লক্ষ আলু ছেড়েছি। তারপরে পুরো স্টক টেকিং করে নিয়ে আমার সাথে কথা বলবে, পরবর্তী পর্যায়ে কি ব্যবস্থা আমরা নেব, আমাদের কতটা লাগবে সেটা আমরা সুরক্ষিত রেখে, যাতে বাংলার মানুষের অসুবিধে না হয়। তারপরে আমি বাইরে বিক্রি করতে নিশ্চয়ই অ্যালাউ করব, আগে নিজেদের সুরক্ষিত রেখে। বিদ্যুৎ এখন থেকে দেখে নেবেন, পুজোর সময় যেন লোডশেডিং না হয়। বিদ্যুতের আমি জানি হয় না, আপনারা ইলেকশনের সময় আমি জানতাম কি কষ্ট করে আপনারা করেছেন এবং কিভাবে ডেডিকেটেডলি পাওয়ার ডিপার্টমেন্ট কাজ করেছে আমি জানি। এবং সিএসসিকে বলতে হবে, জল জমে গেলে ওরা অনেক সময় তারটা সরিয়ে নেয় না, পরে ইলেকট্রিকিউশন হয়ে 2-1 জন মারা গেছে, এটা যেন না হয়। ফায়ার ব্রিগেডেরও 1 জন মারা গেছে, আমার মাথায় আছে, আমি জানি ঘটনাটা হাওড়ায়। সুতরাং এটার দিকে নজর রাখতে হবে। প্রাইস রাইসের দিকে নজর রাখতে হবে, প্রাইস হাইক যেটা। আমি প্রত্যেকটা অফিসারকে বলবো, পুজোর আগে দয়া করে কেউ ছুটি চাইবেন না, উৎসবের দিনগুলো পার করতে দিন। এবং ডিএমদের বলবো সতর্ক সজাগ থাকতে। অনেক ডিএম এসপিরা সদা সতর্ক সজাগ, কিন্তু লোকাল লেভেলে যে পুলিশের দায়িত্ব আছে তারাও অনেক দিন ধরে সামলাচ্ছেন, কিন্তু আরো বোল্ডলি মাথা ঠান্ডা করে আপনাদের অ্যাডমিনিস্ট্রেশন চালাতে হবে। সামারি রিভিশন ভোটের নিউ ভোটার লিস্টের কাজ শুরু হয়েছে। আমার মনে হয় একটা ইলেকশন কমিশনকে বলা উচিত, আমাদের ফেস্টিভ্যাল পিরিয়ড যেহেতু আছে, ফেস্টিভ্যাল পিরিয়ডে যে মান্থটা দিয়েছে সেটা 1 মাস এক্সটেনশন করতে। আমাদের মানে বিশ্ব মহালয় থেকে আর ছট পুজো পর্যন্ত, হ্যাঁ, সেই জন্য সেটা দেখে রাখতে হবে। তখনও সবাইকে কাজ করতে হবে ভালো করে, কারণ আমজাদে বাদ না যায়। যোগ্য ব্যক্তিরা, এমনকি পরিযায়ী শ্রমিকরা যারা বাইরে আছে, হঠাৎ করে নাম কেটে দিয়ে এলাম, এসব যেন না হয়। আর ফিজিক্যালি ভেরিফিকেশন ছাড়াও অনলাইনে কেউ পাঠালো আর আপনি ঢুকিয়ে দিলেন, এটা করবেন না দয়া করে। ডিএমরা দায়িত্ব দিয়ে খালাস হয়ে যান, কিন্তু যার ওপর দায়িত্ব দেন কম্পিউটারে যারা তোলে বসে বসে, তারা অনেক ভুল ভ্রান্তি করেন। বাবার নাম ভুল করেন তো মেয়ের নাম ভুল করেন, তো ছেলের নাম ভুল করেন তো এর নাম ভুল করেন, এগুলোও কিন্তু হয়। আমার সবাইকে এটা বলার যে 2011 সালে আমাদের মোস্ট ডেভেলপমেন্টের বাজেট ছিল 11,700 কোটি টাকার মতো। আর আজকে 24 সালে সেন্ট্রাল গভর্নমেন্টের টোটাল নন কোঅপারেশন, টর্চার, সিপিএম এর আমলে আমাকে শারীরিক নির্যাতন করেছে, আর বিজেপির আমলে আমাকে মানসিক নির্যাতন করছে। আমার সরকারকে করছে, আমাদের অফিসারদের করছে, আমাদের সহকর্মীদের করছে। তা সত্ত্বেও আমি বলি 2011 সালে যে ডেভেলপমেন্ট পারপাসে খরচ হয়েছিল 11,700 কোটি টাকার মতো, আমরা কিন্তু এত অনটন সত্ত্বেও সেটাকে বাড়িয়ে 1,12,000 কোটি টাকায় নিয়ে এসেছি। আশা করি মানুষ বুঝবেন আমাদের আমলে স্বাস্থ্যসাথী থেকে শুরু করে, কন্যাশ্রী থেকে শুরু করে, লক্ষ্মীর ভান্ডার থেকে শুরু করে, ট্যাব দেয়া থেকে শুরু করে, রূপশ্রী থেকে শুরু করে, মেধাশ্রী থেকে শুরু করে, ওবিসি ডিপার্টমেন্টকে বলবো এসসি ওবিসির যে কেসটা পড়ে আছে সেটা নিয়ে ভালোভাবে স্ট্রংলি ফাইট করতে। যে ডকুমেন্টগুলো বাকি আছে দেওয়া, সে ডকুমেন্টগুলো দিয়ে দেবেন। আপনাদের কেস মনে হয় আজকেই ছিল সম্ভবত, না 13 তারিখে সঞ্জয় এসছে?
ম্যাম আজকে ম্যাম আজকে হলো না ম্যাম, সেটা নেক্সট ডেট আজকে পাবো ম্যাম।
যাই হোক, দেখে নেবে
ম্যাম
যেন কোনো ল্যাকিউনা না থাকে।
ইয়েস ম্যাম।
আর একটা কথা আমি বলেছি, এডুকেশন যারা পড়াশোনা করছে তাদেরটা কিন্তু অনেক এসডিওরা সার্টিফিকেট দিচ্ছে না, গভর্নমেন্ট ইনস্ট্রাকশন দেওয়া সত্ত্বেও। ফলে মেধাশ্রী প্রজেক্টে ওবিসি যারা সুযোগটা পান তারা পাচ্ছেন না। এসডিওদের বলা হচ্ছে প্লিজ ওটার সাথে এটা গোলাবেন না, এটা অনগোয়িং প্রজেক্ট, এটা নিয়ে কিন্তু কোর্টের কোনো ভার্ডিক্ট নেই। কাজেই পড়াশোনাটা যাতে কোনো অসুবিধে না হয় সেটা কিন্তু এসডিওরা দেখে নেবেন দয়া করে। এবং চিফ সেক্রেটারি অলরেডি ইনস্ট্রাকশন আছে, আগে চিফ সেক্রেটারিও দিয়েছে, গোপালিকা তুমিও দিয়েছিলে, আমার এখনকার চিফ সেক্রেটারি মনোজ পন্ত দিয়েছে। এবার আমি আসব পিডব্লিউডির যা কাজ আছে, প্লিজ রাস্তাগুলো যেগুলো আমি বলেছি ভেঙেছে আগে করবে। পিএইচির কাজ আগে রাস্তাগুলো ভেঙেছে তবে করবে, তা নাহলে আমি একটাও পারমিশন আর দেবো না। করে যে কাজগুলো স্যাংশনড আছে সেগুলো যাতে তাড়াতাড়ি টেন্ডার করে, টেন্ডারে যেন ট্রান্সপারেন্সি থাকে। আমি আজ পর্যন্ত বলতে পারি টিল টুডে ইন মাই লাইফ আই নেভার ইন্টারফেয়ার ইন এনি টেন্ডার। আমাকে যদি কেউ প্রমাণ দিতে পারেন, আমার 1 সেকেন্ড লাগবে আমার নিজের দায়বদ্ধতা স্বীকার করে নিতে। আপনারা দেখবেন 1 লক্ষ টাকা পর্যন্ত যাদের দায়িত্ব দেওয়া হয়েছে তারা যেন টেন্ডারটা না ভাঙে। যারা আজকে বড় বড় কথা বলছেন এরা আজকে আগে টেন্ডারটা ভাঙতেন, তার এভিডেন্সও আমার কাছে আছে। অনেক অনেক টেন্ডারই ছিল না। মেদিনীপুর পূর্ব থেকে শুরু করে সারা বাংলা এই ধরনের অনেক ঘটনা আমার জানা আছে, টেন্ডার ভাঙার ঘটনা। পরে কানে এসেছিল, আগে আসেনি, সেই থেকে আমরা নিয়ম করে দিয়েছি টেন্ডার ভাঙবেন না, ভাঙতে দেবেন না, প্লিজ ক্রস চেক। ট্রান্সপারেন্সি মেনটেন করুন, কারো কথায় কাজ করবেন না, যেটা মনে করবেন সঠিক সেই কাজটা করবেন। পারফরমেন্স রিভিউ করুন প্রত্যেকটা ডিপার্টমেন্ট, যারা ভালো কাজ করে, দে উইল। দায়িত্ব ছোট হতে পারে, দায়িত্ব বড় হতে পারে, কিন্তু কাজ সেই কাজটা সঠিক সময়ে ঠিক সময়ে করতে হবে। ল্যান্ড যে কোনো কাউকে দেওয়ার আগে এটা নিজেদের ল্যান্ড নয়। এখনো যদি কোথাও ল্যান্ড গ্র্যাবিং চলে, ইললিগাল কনস্ট্রাকশন চলে, ইললিগাল নির্মাণ চলে, আর বিএসএফ কে বলবে দয়া করে, আর সিআইএসএফ কে, কয়লা পাচার গরু পাচার আমাদের হাতে নেই, ওদের হাতে আছে, ওদের দায়িত্ব ওরা আমাদের হাতে দেবে কেন? ওরা টাকা খাবে আর বদনাম নেবো আমরা? বিএসএফ কে বলো, সিআইএসএফ কে বলো এগুলো আটকাতে।
Well, we are just cutting away from the Chief Minister's administration meeting. Well, we are focusing on the RG issue. Please understand, for the past 31 days, we have been persistently following the story without any break. And of course, some of my team members who have not really been keeping well because of, haven't really taken their break. But the objective is to focus on the case. Now, today, the Supreme Court has heard the matter. Now, there was a confusion whether the Supreme Court would be whether the Supreme Court would be hearing the matter again post-lunch. There is a clarity, no, this is not going to happen. So next hearing on this matter would be on Tuesday. So till Tuesday, as far as Supreme Court hearing this matter is concerned, we have to wait and see what transpires next Tuesday. In next Tuesday, the Supreme Court has asked for an updated status report from the CBI to indicate which way is the investigation going. There are multiple allegations being leveled against Kolkata police pertaining to evidences being tampered, evidence has been destroyed, not right procedure had been followed. Post-mortem having happened after 6 p.m. again in violation of the procedure, and multiple other things. Everything put together, the CBI that is investigating the matter will have a status report before the Supreme Court by coming Tuesday. There was also a mention from the doctors council that look, as far as the corruption issue is concerned, there is also a link with it, and that matter is also being probed by the CBI. The moment that matter was mentioned, Supreme Court said, investigation is also being done by CBI. We are not digressing from the principal case, which is the case of rape and murder. It is quite indicative, quite clear. At the same time, whether there is a link between the case in hand, which is the rape and murder, and the investigation of corruption, which is also there with the CBI, that CBI of course filed in its own status report, and thus the status report will be curiously and very patiently watched out for as it comes next Tuesday. Now, there had been two status reports filed by CBI so far, one on 22nd of August, one is today on 9th of September, another one would be filed in coming Tuesday. Both the status reports filed so far have been in sealed envelope, and they do not come out in public. So far, they have not come out in public. And what you know, as a matter of fact, in those status report, CBI possibly has indicated some challenges, possibly, and that's the reason court said it was a detailed status report by coming Tuesday, and and we would take it from there. But the biggest takeaway from today's Supreme Court hearing is the protesting junior doctors have been asked to get back to work by tomorrow or 5 p.m. If they do so, no adverse action would be taken against them. If they don't, then Supreme Court won't interfere into any disciplinary action being initiated against them by the appropriate authority. Could be state health department, could be the hospital authority. So that has also been kept open. Supreme Court clearly said that doctors are in the job of rendering services. First, they have to get back to work, and then anything else. The state has maintained that about 23 people have died because they did not receive medical services because of the protesting doctors. The counter was that senior doctors are working, the junior doctors are also kind of giving services. They're disciplined, scope of doing their work in government hospital, to which the court clearly said, if you can work outside, why not get back to your work and work at the government hospital? You cannot say that others are working, so I won't work. So the Supreme Court very clearly came down on the protesting, made it very, very clear that you have to get back to work, and you have to get back to work. So far, it was a verbal appeal that came in the previous two sessions. Today, it is part of the order. Supreme Court has clearly said that you have to return to work by tomorrow, 5 p.m. If you don't, then you are liable to some disciplinary action if being initiated against you by the appropriate authority. Now, we just heard the Chief Minister also say that we have not really taken any action so far, but we want negotiations to happen. We want negotiations and dialogues to continue, and if they are willing to come and talk to the Chief Minister, that's also open. Another important takeaway from what the Chief Minister said, the Chief Minister also said a demand which has been made about the resignation of the police commissioner, a demand which the protesting doctors had also given to the police commissioner. The Chief Minister said that the police commissioner Goel had personally approached her and had said that he would want to resign. But then the Chief Minister also said, look, there are festivals coming up, and anyone assuming the responsibility will have to know the place, know the job. In the coming days, there could be a change as far as the police commissioner is concerned. To all our viewers, it's a humble appeal. We do understand your angst, anger. We do respect every feedback that you give to us. We do respect every opinion of yours. But in this very live broadcast, I do get to see certain comments which do not come under the range of acceptability. Let's put it that way. I do understand you are angry. I do understand you all want justice. We all want justice. You could be angry with somebody, with someone, with the administration, whatever it is. But let's not lose the decorum of our discourse. And especially when you are making some comments, please, when you're making some comments on public forum, please understand they are there for everyone to watch. Somebody has written, please remove them. No, we don't do that. We believe in absolute democracy. I have personally never ever removed a single comment, and we won't do that ever. It is our request. I believe you all viewers are our organs. So if there is some concern, we will cure it, we will not amputate it. So if somebody has written something which you do not agree with, it is our bounden duty to that person. That person is equally our organ and will always stay, whether the person supports us or not. A lot of viewers have made their comments about CBI's investigation, about things, how things are progressing. Yes, it is a matter of concern for many as how the investigation is progressing, and people actually waiting with bated breath to understand from the Supreme Court and the status report that CBI files as which way the investigation is going. To be very honest, I don't have any clarity as which way the investigation is going, because nothing is there in public domain. As far as state government is concerned, the state government has been asked to file an affidavit as whether the challan was given to the person concerned who would be conducting the postmortem, because that would also indicate, as far as following of a protocol is concerned, if that protocol has been followed or it's been violated. That's a direction been given to the state government. CBI has been given a direction. CBI has been given a direction to file a status report by coming Tuesday. A lot of people have raised their points in Supreme Court. Some were also literally pulled up by the Supreme Court. For example, Kaustav Bagchi, who is also a BJP leader, an advocate, he's literally sued by the Supreme Court, said that you have to lower your pitch, and it is not like you are speaking for the galleries, speaking to the galleries, and your comments are not for people who are watching you on the live stream. Maintain the decorum. So nonetheless, the biggest takeaway from the Supreme Court hearing today is doctors have been advised, and doctors have been ordered, rather, I would say, to get back to work by 5 p.m. tomorrow. If they don't, they are subject to disciplinary action if they are being initiated. That is the biggest takeaway. We would be breaking away from this live broadcast for now, and we will come back live again very shortly. We're also waiting for the doctors to give us 1 second. My producer is saying something. All right, there are 2 case studies we want to run. Okay, let's play one case study that my colleague Titash had found at RG Medical College, where she also had to face some amount of some amount of rebuking, because the protesting doctors didn't like her report on that, and to be very honest, we don't care. Titash, is it ready? If ready, please play that report which you found at RG Medical College and Hospital just a day back.
आप सुबह से यहीं पे हैं?
यहाँ पर आए हैं करीब 10 बजे थे।
10 बजे से उनको एडमिट करवाने आए हैं यहाँ पे?
हाँ, मगर इधर उधर इधर नया आदमी अपना मालूम नहीं, मगर दवाई उवाई लिख के दिया, बोला जाइए ले। फिर पूछे कितना दिन का बाद आएगा, तो बोला 15 दिन का बाद आइएगा। हम पूछे दवाई भी कितना दिन चलेगा, 2 महीना की 1 महीना की कितना दिन, तो बोला नहीं, आप 15 दिन का बाद फिर आइएगा।
डॉक्टर मिलने में यहाँ पे कोई दिक्कत हुई?
नहीं, यहाँ दिक्कत नहीं हो, नहीं आज दिक्कत नहीं हुआ। हाँ, खाली।
और आप इनको यहाँ पे एडमिट करवाने आए थे?
हाँ, सोचे यहीं पर कर दें, मगर डॉक्टर बाबू लोग राजी नहीं है, तुम कैसे बोले, अपने आप तो कर नहीं सकेंगे। डॉक्टर बोला है बीवी का अवस्था बहुत खराब है।
डॉक्टर बोला?
हाँ, है तो लिखा हुआ ये डॉक्टर बाबू।
तो डॉक्टर बाबू यहाँ पे आपको बोला बीवी का अवस्था ठीक नहीं है, फिर एडमिट क्यों नहीं लिया?
देखिए आज का ये है, आज का ये है, देखिए। हाँ,
तो आपको डॉक्टर बाबू ने डांटा कि बीवी को यहाँ पे लेके आए, मारना चाहते, या फिर एडमिट क्यों नहीं लिया यहाँ पे?
अब क्या मालूम, जो डॉक्टर बाबू बोलेगा वही न सुनेगा। बोला आप दूसरा शादी करने चाहते हैं, हम बोला नहीं बाबू, अच्छा शौक थोड़े है, बस दिख के तो बोला जाइए फोटो कराइए, फोटो चला के 202 में जाइएगा। हाँ। 204 में, तो 204 में दिए, दवाई उवाई दिया, बोला आप जाइए। हम बोला बाबू कितना दिन दवाई चलेगा? हाँ। 1 महीना की, 2 महीना की, 3 महीना, कुछ तो बोलिएगा। तो नहीं, आप 15 दिन का बाद आइए। दवाई दिए हैं, थोड़ा दवाई इधर से मिला, थोड़ा आप बाजार से बाहर से लेना पड़ेगा।
अभी यहाँ पे 2 बज रहे, अब 10 बजे से 2 बजे यहाँ पे घूम रहे थे इधर से उधर?
हाँ, इधर से उधर दीदी, बस क्या किया जाए, नया आदमी है, उतना जानकारी नहीं है।
आपको आपके सहायता के लिए यहाँ पे कोई था नहीं?
नहीं दीदी, इधर कोई नहीं है, इधर कोई नहीं, कोई नहीं।
उनको अभी दिक्कत क्या है?
दिक्कत है सांस फूलता है हार्ड में कमी हार्ड में कमी।
वो कितने दिन से
एक करीब यहाँ आए थे आज से करीब 25 रोज पहले आए थे, तो पाँव बहुत फूला हुआ था।
हाँ।
तो यहाँ पर आए दवाई उवाई दिए।
आप यहीं पे दिखाते हैं इनको?
हाँ नहीं, पहले शुरू में गए थे पीजी।
हाँ।
पीजी में 4-5 घंटा रखा, वो ट्रांसफर कर दिया तिजनंजन।
हाँ।
तिजनंजन में सब कुछ कागज उगत ओके हो गया, तो बोला आप जाइए 5 तल्ला। 5 तल्ला गया तो बोला बेड खाली नहीं है, तब ये 4 तल्ला। 4 तल्ला जब दिए तो बोला जो आपको बीवी को तकलीफ है यहाँ होगा नहीं, सबसे बढ़िया आज ही कल चला जाइए, वहाँ पर अच्छा होगा। ताबे में एक बार लेके गए, ताबे में एक घटना हुआ, डर का मारे आया नहीं। सोचा बंद होगा कि क्या होगा मालूम नहीं, पेशेंट लेके हम कैसे जाएं।
तो आपने डॉक्टर को बोला इनको एडमिट करने के लिए?
बोले तो क्या बोले, चेहरा तो देखे।
तो डॉक्टर क्या बोले, एडमिट क्यों नहीं कर रहे?
कुछ बोले नहीं, खाली यही बोले बीवी को मानने चाहता। हम बोला नहीं सर, किसी को शौक है अपना बीवी मानने का।
अभी इनको फिर से 15 दिन बाद वापस लाना पड़ेगा?
हाँ बोले हैं तो 15 दिन का बाद।
15 दिन तक अभी घर पे ही रखेंगे या कहीं और पे लेके जाएंगे?
नहीं घरे में रखे। अब कुछ अगर ज़्यादा हो जाएगा तो कहूँ आएंगे यहीं पर। अब इससे पर के हम कहा बोले, कोई जानकारी तो है नहीं दीदी।
ওই রাস্তায় ট্রেন দাঁড়িয়ে 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 আসলো, এখানে 1:30 বেজে গেছে, আমরা এসে নেমেছি। এবারে তারপরে সেই কলেজ বাড়ি কমনে বলে জানি না, জামাই গিয়েছিল, সেখানে গেল, বলে আজকের হবে না, এখন তুমি এই কেন, ও সেই সকাল সকাল আসুনি, আজকে শনিবার, আজকে দেবো না, আজ ফিরে যাও। না জামাই বারবার বললো যে বাবা একটুকুনি দিলি খুব ভালো হয়, খুব দূরের থেকে এসেছি, খুব কষ্ট করে এসেছি, তা কোনো কথাই শুনলো না, বলে না
We
হবে
watched
না,
the
চলে যাও।
reports by Titash, and well, as it's always said, injustice somewhere, injustice to one, it is like injustice to everyone. So similarly, if somebody is suffering because of lack of treatment for whatever reason, I'm sure that cannot be seen as a collateral damage. Now, after Titash had filed this report, there had been a lot of things said about her on social media, which we don't care much about. Not that not that they deter us from pursuing our journalism, but it's unhealthy, I would say, if we can report on your protest, be by your side, be your voice, and make your voices also heard by people seated thousands and thousands of kilometers away. It is equally our responsibility to bring other voices to for example, the voice of the lady whom we can see on screen, the voice of someone who lost a loved one because of lack of treatment, voice of everyone. So rebuking Titash or rebuking us and our journalism will not really help. Let's understand with one thing, agree. That is, we are all on the same boat as far as seeking justice is concerned. But while seeking justice, we can't be blind to anything wrong happening to anywhere and anyone. To say the least, be at the same hospital premises where we are trying to record your voice of seeking justice and be obvious to someone who is suffering because of lack of treatment. Just hold on for a second. All right. Titash, before we wind up, can you just show this quickly on screen? So, well, this is the Challan investigation report under section 174 CRPC. Now, this has now been changed into BNSS 2023. I've just sent you one Challan. If you can just show it to our viewers. This is the Challan that they have been talking about, and the judges were also inquiring about. This Challan I have just accessed. Now, this is the Challan. Titash, if you can hear me, if you can just put it out. Just put it out on screen. You don't have to convert it into any other file. Just put it out on screen, and the header would be good enough for people to understand, access the Challan. All right, this is the Challan, viewers. That's called investigation report under section 174 CRPC. Now, obviously, we are not with CRPC anymore. We have moved on to BNSS 2023. And as far as BNSS 23 is concerned, there too you have to submit a challan to the person who will be conducting the postmortem on the body. Now, postmortem is being conducted on a body when there is an element of doubt if that's an act of crime. Here, it's an unnatural death because you found the body under mysterious circumstances. Only the postmortem can confirm as what is the nature of the death, and that is why you have to conduct a postmortem report. Who conducts the postmortem report? Doctors from a from a government hospital would be conducting the postmortem report. When will they conduct the postmortem report? When the body is being sent by an investigating agency. Here in this case was Kolkata Police. So when Kolkata Police had sent that postmortem body for postmortem, they also sent a challan. Now the argument made by Advocate Firoz Idulji in Supreme Court that the postmortem was done after 6 p.m. in haste, and also the challan is not part of the case diary, which has now come to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court inquired what is there in the challan, because the challan would essentially have one section called remarks. And in that remarks section, you have to give out details as what all articles you have found with the body. And in that challan, you have to specifically mention in the remarks as what all articles are you sending with the body. For example, the clothes. That's the point. The remarks portion where you mentioned as what clothes and other articles you have sent along with the body, and then that would also help in the investigation and also in the postmortem, because the first 5 hours in the case of rape and murder is very, very crucial, even for the postmortem, which is essentially relying on the body and also on the other articles. It can give a direction while you are concluding your postmortem analysis. So one who has done the postmortem and one who would now be writing the analysis will also be referring to the other articles which have been sent to them. So here, whether the challan was sent in the due format and as is the due procedure, something that was inquired in the court, and the Supreme Court did ask the state and the police whether this challan was given duly to the person conducting the postmortem report. And this is the challan, which is the copy of the challan basically. This is how the ideal challan would look like. Whether this challan was actually given to the doctors conducting the postmortem is what was raised before the Supreme Court. Supreme Court has now asked the state government to file an affidavit vis-a-vis this very challan, and that too has to be filed by coming Tuesday. So the state has agreed they would be filing an affidavit by coming Tuesday as whether this challan was also given, and in this challan whether the pair of jeans, undergarments and other articles of the deceased doctor were sent to the conducting doctor, and whether they were in seize of these articles, and if yes, whether they have found something from those articles as well, while concluding to the postmortem analysis, which essentially says there were multiple injuries on the body, penetration had happened in the private parts, and death has happened due to strangulation and smothering. So we have tried showing you the sample copy of of the challan, which is the investigation report under section 174 CRPC, which definitely got replaced with BNSS 2023. We will be winding up this live now, and we will be coming back again as and when there is a fresh update. If the doctors decide to call off their protest and get back to duty again, it's something we would be very closely watching, and we will be coming back with any fresh development that happens hereafter. But for now, to all our viewers, thank you so much for connecting with us, staying with us, and also for watching the live broadcast of the Supreme Court hearing of the RG Kaur matter on our humble YouTube platform, that is NTT. Thank you so much. Goodbye. But we would be coming back on live again very shortly. Ask this question, Tamalda, why CBI not raise the point of evidence tampering as claimed by social media? Anit Sadhu, it is very difficult for us to speak on behalf of CBI. What CBI has found, what CBI has submitted before the Supreme Court, they're all in sealed envelope. And trust me, Anit, not many information to see on social media are true. Please understand this. I have seen it during the Sushant Singh Rajput case coverage as well, and I'm seeing this again now. CBI has not really held a press conference as yet. So if somebody attributes to CBI sources and comes up with reports, it is purely your discretion whether you want to believe it or not. There will be a lot of things on social media, but they are called social media and not the actual media. So there lies the answer. You need to use your own jurisprudence to trust what you want to trust. There is a strong emotion running high. Yesterday, we were having a discussion in our friend circle, and the friend told me, Kitamal, what you're saying could be true. At this point, we don't want to believe what you're saying. So, and it's very interesting when my friend says that I don't want to believe what you're saying, because the friend is actually driven by a certain kind of emotion, and such strong emotions are working. Well, no one is questioning those emotions, no one is discussing those emotions, no one is challenging those emotions. But we follow the principle of truth, and even at the cost of risking our viewers, losing them, we have only stuck by truth and facts which have come to us. So Anit, why has CBI not raised the point before the Supreme Court? Again, I don't know whether they have raised it or not. The CBI status report is in a sealed envelope, and yeah, we have to now wait and see what really transpires. But then Supreme Court also made it very clear, while there can be several other issues in the hand, the principal focus would always be the case of the rape and murder. Well, thank you all the viewers for connecting with us. We are winding it up now. It's been over 2 hours. We will come back again shortly as and when there is a fresh development. Thank you.